Infinity Broadcasting, WJFK-FM, Manassas, Washington, D.C.
Infinity Broadcasting, WJFK-FM, Manassas, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
This is the Don and Mike Show. Want to participate in a Don and Mike Show contest? How about this? You or a member of your household can only win once for 60 days. You must comply with any age limitations for each contest. For complete contest rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the mighty WJFK, P.O. Box 3649, Washington, D.C. 20007. Thank you, and God bless.
Everybody loves Don and Mike.
Howdy. Yep. Here's the old guy on TV saying the S word. It's cut out.
Yes. Very good.
And really, everybody's seen the video, but the video makes it when he takes his microphone off and walks off while that bald dude sits there and just laughs. The guy who reminds me of a bald Billy Bob.
I haven't seen this
James
video.
Carville.
Yeah. Where was I? It was Carville?
Yeah. It's Robert Novak.
Yeah. Okay.
And James Carville.
Right.
And they're having some discussion. And Carville says something like, why don't you call your buddies at the Wall Street Journal? They're listening to what you say. And this guy Novak says, this is bull S. And he says it.
He's got a temper. I mean, I've read about him before.
You didn't know that?
No.
And then he walks off the set.
And he walks off. So here it is. Well, I'm glad, here I am thinking that I've got to set this up. And,
right.
And Mike didn't even know, so I'm glad we're setting it up.
I have not seen it.
Here it is.
Let me finish what I'm going to say, James, please. I know you hate to hear me, but you have to...
He's got to show these right-wingers that he's got backbone. That's right. The Wall Street Journal editorial page is watching you. Show them you're tough.
Well, I think that's bull. I hate that. Just let it go.
Okay, James, what do you think, though, seriously, about this Senate race, James, that basically the...
He walks off?
There goes Novak.
He's gone.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
You've not seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. What was it on?
CNN last night, and
now everybody picked it up?
all over the internet, everywhere today.
No, I was just watching Jessica Simpson all morning.
She was everywhere. I saw her.
You didn't
saw
see
plenty of her.
You didn't see that during the news?
No. I saw Krebs. Krebs didn't have it. Bastard.
Mike, if Joe Krebs is your only source of information.
Needle nose Krebs.
You are.
Needle nose Krebs
You're saying
didn't
that's
have it.
wrong?
Really embarrassed that I didn't see it. Damn it.
Do we have it here? Like
Joe.
videotape?
We can get it on the internet.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, the internet. What's that? What is that?
Come on now, hold on a second. Phone. Come on. Dude.
Is it broken?
No.
Not anymore.
It's just bull S.
Weekend is here. Have a can of beer. There it is.
Joe.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Joe.
Thank God it's...
It's Aloha Friday. Friday night.
In the evening on a Friday night.
Okay. We get it.
Get a chick on Friday, put it on it.
You're not going to go all day
We
with it, huh?
haven't gotten to the opera part yet.
Oh, really? This Friday. Friday.
This one's for you one more time, Mike.
Let me finish what I'm going to say, James, please. I know you hate to hear me, but you have to...
He's got to show these right-wingers that he's got backbone. That's right. The Wall Street Journal editorial page is watching you. Show them you're tough.
Well, I think that's bull. I hate that. Just let it go.
Okay, James, what do you think, though, seriously, about this Senate race, James?
And the guy just walks away. And meanwhile, old Baldy, Lex Luthor is sitting there.
He's got to be loving every second of it.
He was laughing his ass off.
And just continued without him.
Great.
The whole time.
It couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Oh, and
Robert Novak.
one more thing before we start today's show.
Yes.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Brocket Motors.
Ever had to get to the rodeo, but you had this problem? I'm Franklin, born with a tooth. From Brocket Used Motors, and I'll let you in on just a little bit of a deal. If you come down here with a case of beer, I can give you a good deal on an old 65 Chevy Impala 4-door You can put both the mother and the father-in-law in there and the 6 cousins and as well their sisters. And don't forget Grandma, too. You can even get 5 others in the trunk if you take out the spare tire. And on Wednesdays, you can drive into town and hang out around Galt Gardens. It doesn't have any hubcaps and a window in the back is just plastic. But a good deal at only $4 to $8 if you bring me a case of whiskey. Come on down today. Listen to one satisfied customer. Okay, we'll see what we got here. This son of a car by the start. I gotta get to the rodeo. She's running a little rough.
Rodeo.
And Whitey car. He's a spark plug. This thing's a piece of shit.
And that's where the tape ends.
There it is.
The Don and Mike Show.
It was Ernie Scarface.
Yes, Ernie Cutface.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Ernie Cutface.
So he goes by Ernie K. Scar or an Ernie Cutface.
Right, and now Dude Walker.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Sorry, some Van Halen today. Why not? Jerry.
Hello.
Hi there. Okay. Hi, Don and Mike.
Hello.
I know who I want to talk to.
Thank God it's Friday.
We've got those for every day of the week, don't
Yes, everybody stay tuned.
we? Yeah. Stay tuned.
Eric. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Lou Brock and all the ships at sea. Legendary Canadian troubadours, Dr. Oliver, Michael Vera. Yeah.
Thank you. We cannot explain why Lou Brock is on That's before the show funny. Sorry about that.
Yes, it is.
Not a Mike Show. New episode, everybody, on this Friday. 080505.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
Howdy there, Buzz.
No, he's not retarded.
No, Buzz not retarded. And you can call us from anywhere in America. Here's the toll-free number. 877-365-3636. From Mexico, from Canada, call 800-636-1067. And if you're lucky enough to be listening to the blowtorch known as WJFK.
Oh, the flamethrower.
Right, 202-432-1067. And we're on the web. You can listen to us now live. Infinity has finally realized that the internet is here to stay.
Yes, the stream.
Go to WJFK.com, or Buzz, the easier one is
RadioMatt.com.
Okay. And we have a website, DonandMikeWebsite.com. It's dark right now. It'll be up. We've got a meeting about that next week.
Very good.
So there you go. That's all the crap that you need to call the show.
Those are the nuts and bolts.
I want to tell you what I did yesterday. What a pain in the ass this was.
Sure.
This entire thing with being the executor of my wife's will and
it's tough.
In the state of Virginia, you got to be there. You can't send a lawyer. You got to be there.
Were there any guys with powdered wigs yesterday? Did you have the ye old town crier?
I don't want to say anything bad about any of those people because they all control, my entire life. So.
Yes. It is a little different than a lot of other states where you have to physically be present there.
I'll outline that for you in a second here. There's some stuff that you might find funny. A couple of times I lost it with a couple of the questions that they were asking me. I mean, for instance, really, how many copies of the death certificate, Frida, do you think I'm going to need?
Oh, boy.
And remember, 50 cents each right now.
Really?
Yeah, but if I want them later, they're going to cost me more. Jesus. So, the lady is saying to me, and she's being pleasant. This is part of her job.
The way it works.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she does it every day.
I mean, and I don't mean to imply that the people that I dealt with yesterday were inconsiderate. They were not.
Okay.
It's just the way it goes.
The rule.
You know, I'm sitting there, I'm signing all of these papers, and everything's got to be goddamn notarized, and I've got to pull down my pants. Why I've got to do that, I'm not really sure.
Well, that can be fun if you do it the right way.
I've got a lawyer.
And there's plenty of them there, Buzz. Lots of lawyers and lots of CPAs.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know, that's one of the questions that threw me off. How many copies of the death certificate? I said, I don't know. Remember, they're only 50 cents each today. And any time passes, like the price goes up. I said, what's the average? She said,
yeah, good question.
She said, how about 20? I said, well, 20 sounds great. She said, okay. Would you like those notarized? And I said, you know what? We're notarizing everything today.
Sure.
Why not?
Was there a special on notarizing?
Boy, was there, Mike. Everything. I mean, goddamn everything. And, Rob, I heard before the show today that you did read my impassioned plea yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah,
you read it with my tone?
Yeah, your tone and verbiage.
Thank you.
And then we hit it a bunch of times yesterday, and I'm real sorry that it's not here yet. I'm not sure where it is.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if Rob spoke to you in this voice yesterday. I'm sure he did. He does understand me, like no one. I was in the middle of all this crap yesterday. Calling Rob, and he says, "Is there anything you want me to say on the air?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I was really going to play the sympathy card to get the Madden 06. Because I had told Mike, even this morning, I was watching Sports Center, and I don't know what the ad's for. I think it's for football in general.
I think it's a promo for the upcoming season.
It's guys just knocking each other on their ass, and it's got like 25, 24, 23, 21, 28, 4. 4 days until Madden 2006.
You know, there's the way I understood it when I left here last night is there's a guy from Baltimore that supposedly is ferrying it down here.
Did you mention
it should be here by COB?
Did you mention I would pay retail plus up to 7.5%?
And when we got the commitment from the guy from Baltimore, Rob had mentioned the fact that it's all well and good that we are having this gentleman come down from Baltimore. However, you might want to hold out for a slightly better deal. I was not aware of what the deal was for the guy from Baltimore.
I might be getting retail, Mike. I don't mind.
Don, you may be getting a better price than that, if you know what I mean.
That would be fine. I'd be glad. I don't want to... Listen, I don't want to play on the sympathy card.
This is true for you.
Did you mention the part about my anniversary?
24 years on Sunday.
Yes.
Yes, you did. It should be here, hopefully, by the end of the business day, which would be about 2 hours from now.
I hope so. Only it would just it'd be a nice diversion. And plus, I've always wanted to get it early. Every year I want to get it early. I can't get it early.
Well, the fact is, people have it. So I mean, it's not like it's not even available. Some people have it.
And I should tell you, in all seriousness, and I'm not going to drag the show down and be morbid or anything. Don't worry about me. Everybody listening, and I mean not only you guys here, but people listening and my family listening. Don't worry about Sunday. I'm cool on Sunday. Sunday is my anniversary. I was goofing on that to get the Madden game. I'm going to be fine. If one more person says to me, gosh, what can we do on Sunday? It's not like Sunday is going to be any worse than today was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like Saturday will be. It's another day. It'll be a sad day. I don't need nothing.
Except Madden 2006.
Except Madden 2006. Mike, it would mean a lot.
I'm counting on that. I will be honest with you. I feel a load of personal responsibility for that man coming down from Baltimore. If I had a way of acquiring it myself, I would.
So listen, here's the deal. When you go to the state of Virginia, if you go through something like what I went through with my wife dying, that there's so much paperwork. You got to be there for everything. They tell me like in I don't know how many states we currently have that I count as real states. I think when I was looking at the map when we were on vacation, I think I counted 35 good states in the United States. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I did. You might wonder how I passed the time.
Sure.
At one point when I was sitting in some doctor's office or some office somewhere. There was a map of the United States on the wall.
And you were like counting the ones that were good?
Well, after sitting in a room for 30 minutes, and the only magazine available was like highlights or whatever.
I love for the little ones.
Right. There was nothing to read. I read all this stuff about the blood pressure medicine. I was just sitting in a doctor's office, and there's all the come-ons in there, and I got done reading, and finally I just look at the map. So I'm thinking, okay.
Now, were you basing this on any criteria, or were you just staring at the map and saying to yourself, that's a good one, that's a good one?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah. Could you, I don't want to offend because we're on in a lot of states around the country, but could you throw out a few of the ones that you just were absolute no-brainer crappy ones?
Alabama, Mississippi.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, here's the deal. I could make a case for almost every state in the union.
One of the Dakotas.
Mississippi. You got Biloxi, right? And they got the casinos.
Mike, there's casinos everywhere. Listen, this is just, I was just saying.
Casino in Charlestown.
35, there's 35. That's West Virginia. In my opinion, there's 35 decent states. They tell me that there's 50 states, plus the District of Columbia. My point is.
So 35 that are, in your opinion, inhabitable.
Yes,
2 out of 3.
But inhabitable. Even if you go with the thought that there are 50 states that you could live in, counting D.C., 51, they tell me that Virginia is the most uptight legally when it comes to stuff like getting a will, and it's a poor choice of words that I'm the execution of I'm the executor,
right?
And I kept saying that as well, well, I'm here for the execution of the.
No.
Yeah, I did say that a couple of times.
That'll pick their heads up, though. I'm sure.
Kind of walking around in a daze.
That had to be tough.
It was sign this, and like so many times with how many copies do you need? And the main focus, no matter what it was don't forget you can save the more you buy today.
And that kind of question, I know that under normal circumstances, you're not a big fan of the question that you have no answer to. And I hate that circumstance when you're in any situation, retail, what have you, getting your car worked on, when they'll ask you a question that you really have no. How many copies do you need?
Hey, what's the norm?
How do you know?
20.
What's the national average?
That's great. Give me 20. Can you put them in a nice box and put a freaking bow on it for me? You cow.
She didn't seem phased at that. She asked that question a lot.
There was only one woman that was a cow. And she knows who she is. And
they usually do.
The others were not. As a matter of fact, some of them were very nice.
Right.
After a while, they would say no. I would say no. Super notarize me. Don't just notarize like super notarize.
That's like the documentary.
Super notarize me.
Sure.
Because you got to go into it.
You want a Frosty with that?
You got to go into it with at least with a half-ass good attitude. Otherwise, it's an entire day of dealing with.
Did you have anybody with you when you were doing this? Did you have anybody?
Mike, did I? Not only did I have all of the CPA guys, and hello.
Yes, he was there. Well, that alone, I would imagine spending the day with him had to be a little stressful.
Well, fortunately, his part was on the telephone.
Ah, that's good.
He arranged that lawyer arranged so that he could be there, because really, as it says in Virginia.
Right.
Really the only person they really needed.
That's right.
Was me.
Ye.
Ye with all ye old documents.
Right.
So everybody was there except the lawyer guy, and I got to tell you something about him too.
Oh no,
something that's just
good. Oh no, oh good. Oh no, oh joy. We Don and I for certain matters have the same attorney.
He's a good guy. He's helping me handle a bunch of this stuff. I'm going through other people now with like messages that one lawyer will say something, and then the other lawyer will say, well, this guy wanted to know this, and they're all helping me expedite this whole thing along.
Right.
And anyway, one of the questions that was left to me by this particular lawyer was, did I want to think about retaining another lawyer? And I'm looking at the guy that's saying this to me. I'm like, I've got like a baseball team here. I got freaking 11 of you guys already. What do I need number 12 for?
Anytime you can eliminate one or two, it's better than getting another one.
Anyway, this guy's thought was that, I shouldn't forget that I always have the option to file a wrongful death suit against the guy with the accident. And I said to these guys that I'm with, I said, that's like the last thing on my mind.
Sure.
You know, the police have said it's an accident. I'm not going to go after this guy.
I listened when you addressed that the other day.
Yeah.
You addressed that in detail.
And I said, if you would please pass along that I'm not into that.
No, I would have had a message if I had been standing next to you. If you would please pass along to that particular attorney that if he starts running now, he might be able to catch the ambulance that just went by him.
Well, you know who that guy
so
is.
He can drop his business card off.
You know who that is, though. I mean, that was that was our guy.
Our guy who suggested you get another guy.
Yeah. So, you know, just my head
always looking out.
My head's spinning. Yesterday, just 1 gazillion freaking miles an hour.
Well, welcome back to the Funhouse.
Now, just bear with me for a second.
Okay.
I got a couple more things to get out of my system. One thing that I still can't get out of my system is number 3. Yesterday was an awful day for that. I didn't even try.
Yeah.
A couple of things that have just rubbed me the wrong way, and I feel
that would explain it.
Yeah,
maybe that's the problem.
Oh my God, yes. And if you'd like, after I get past what I want to say, semi-serious, I'd be glad to tell you that too much friction.
Oh dear,
is not a good thing.
No, no,
and
you don't want to damage yourself.
And God knows that once you get an oogie,
right?
Once you get I don't want the word sore is an ugly word.
An abrasion, perhaps.
Thank you, Buzz.
A buddy of mine that I was talking to the other night was discussing that subject that you had the other day.
Yeah.
He was explaining. We get the comments quite often where people say they have to pull over to the side of the road. He had to pull over to the side of the road so he could wipe the tears away because he was laughing so hard.
I'm glad that made him happy.
And at the same time going, oh my God.
Well, you should know that right now
you're having that impact on people.
Funny to him.
You should know, and everyone should know now, in the what I like to call the sweet spot. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's almost as if, let's use a finger as an example. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever accidentally touched an oven?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've had a blister.
Oh,
and what you do is you pull it back, and you notice underneath that there's just the pinkest, like chicken of the sea, layer of skin underneath there.
Very bright.
And you realize... And you realize that underneath that, I guess, is just like blood and guts. Like you've reached the lowest possible level of skin that you have left.
You want to slow down on that.
So your finger's sore?
My finger is sore. I don't
know whether we've ever had this.
I don't have a Band-Aid on it, and it's not like you can go and get ointment. I mean, what the hell am I going to do? Go to CVS and say hi?
I don't know.
You won't believe.
I think we have had this discussion.
Or I've got an abrasion.
We have discussed this before. When, how do I do this delicately? When we are
the best way
pursuing that activity, are products involved? Do you use anything that, a la, we had Rudy Martzke on the show yesterday, that would like...
congratulations on that.
Something that would be...
That's quite a fleet indication.
You missed it.
Somebody that... what we did was Rudy called in the office, and I answered as Rob, and then put Rob on the phone as me. And Rudy took it hook, line, and sinker both ways.
The
funny thing was when Rob was trying to be me. But Rudy had the big atomizer jug, as you remember.
Vaseline.
We were reminiscing about that.
Vaseline.
So you don't... Well, see, that's the problem.
Well, no, but Mike, listen, I've also tried it in the shower. Where there's soaps and stuff. So it's
water.
It's not
cut right to the chase. A good solid lubricant might take care of that problem. But then again, old habits are hard to break.
Well, let me just say that I did try, but the problem is that imagine again that you have this
sore finger from touching the stove.
From touching the stove.
Right.
And if you were to put some type of lubricant, because
an ointment, perhaps.
Yes, but because of this thing you have goes down to what apparently is like the last level between you and all the wires inside you.
Mm-hmm. Like if you were in a drugstore and you burned yourself on a griddle because the soda jerk.
Well, when you when you attempt to use some type of lubricant, Mike, it stings.
It does.
It just.
My advice to you...
It stings.
My advice to you, as hard as it may be, it would be to take a brief hiatus.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to.
Because that might take a while.
Which is why that Madden game is so goddamn important.
Diversions are the key. I know they truly are. Diversions.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Enthusiasms.
Hello.
Hey, Don. How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you.
One of my wait staff told me something today, which was a little disturbing, but it may help you out. They mentioned that Marilyn Manson took out his bottom two ribs so that he could be more flexible and bend down a little closer to Mr. Happy.
Hey, listen,
and, you know,
sounds like an urban legend to me.
Listen, is this like that story we heard about Morton Anderson of the New Orleans Saints? I don't care how desperate I'm getting. If you think that I'm going to go down there, with the mouth that I eat with,
it does not mean you're gay.
No, listen, I don't care. I don't care. I wouldn't do it if I was a dog and I could do it.
Do you have a dog?
That's a valid question, though.
What is it?
If you could, would you? If you really could.
Not now.
What if you could, well, not now, but I mean, if you could and it was socially acceptable.
Well, it's okay. It's socially acceptable for... Homo. Okay. No, I wouldn't.
How about you, Buzz?
It's intriguing. I'd give it some thought.
I would not, because I know... Listen,
I have to be honest, I might give it a shot.
Listen, and I used to... Because
it's me.
I used to be amazed on the opportunity, on the rare opportunities when I would get that treatment from Frida.
Right.
I would be amazed that she wouldn't just immediately run to the bathroom, because, would you ask me about it?
Mm-hmm.
I know what comes out of that faucet mainly.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. Most of the time.
Which is why...
A lot more than the other time.
Which is why you couldn't get me
100
miles. I mean, my mouth would not be any... Because all I would remember is what comes... And for goodness sakes, what if the cold water was turned on and the hot water was turned off and the hot water was turned on? And what if, God forbid...
Well, I would make sure that wouldn't happen.
But what if I was doing that and then all of a sudden, I mean...
I don't believe the Marilyn Manson thing, by the way. I don't think you have ribs taken out. You can't do that, can you?
Jane Fonda did when she did her workout video. She had ribs removed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did she do that so that she could bury her head?
It wouldn't.
Right on the button, Jane.
Okay, hold on. We're off topic here.
Yes, we are. I thought we were discussing what you brought up, though.
We were, but I wanted to talk about something a little serious.
Okay.
Just for half a second.
No problem.
It's been a while since I've been surfing on the net, and people have sent me a bunch of very nice notes and said, go to this link for this and look at this and look at this. And most of it I can't look at yet.
Right.
And Mike will tell you there's boxes in our office of cards that I just can't bring myself to open.
Right.
But I will eventually. Somebody emailed me and said, it was a friend, not in the radio business, emailed me and said, I heard the show on Monday, and was saying how moved he was by it. Oh. And I said, well, that's great. I'm glad that the internet stream was up and running on that day. He said, oh, no, I didn't hear it live. This guy lives out on the West Coast. He said, I heard it on the internet. And I said, well, that's okay, because it's got to be floating around.
Right.
Well, as it turns out, the guy listens from the San Francisco area.
Okay.
So his station is KHTK in Sacramento. And he told me that's where he found the audio file of Monday's show. And I don't mind that it's out on the internet, but what I do mind is that when you go to KHTK.com, right on the front freaking page, what's hot? Exclamation point. And it's got my picture there, and it says, Don Geronimo's tribute to Frida. In a remarkable 75-minute monologue that was part love letter and part eulogy, Geronimo spoke movingly of the woman he married nearly 24 years ago. Click here to hear the monologue. Hey, listen.
No.
You know what that is?
Yeah, you let them have it, man.
That's bad taste.
It is indeed.
Okay, you're going to say that you're doing your listeners a favor, that people have called and asked. I agree. If you want to put it on your website,
right,
make it a small little thing, but take my goddamn big face off there.
And don't sell it like it's a used car, please.
Come on.
I agree.
Click here and
ass hats.
excuse me, David Letterman does a monologue.
Right.
Jay Leno does a monologue.
Right.
I wouldn't really describe Monday's show as a monologue. I mean, perhaps some people have.
Might describe it as therapy. I think that's what I would describe it as.
I personally don't appreciate that.
No, that's tacky. That's tacky with a capital T. Let's see if they can get it off by the end of our show. That would be nice.
And I have every day so many different letters or correspondence items that I could bring to your attention.
Right.
I tell the guys in the office about all of the asshats that have been calling, and the letters and the stuff with the people with the mix-up with the names on the bills and everything. This one, though, takes the cake.
Okay.
Really, just as far as being weird, this one takes the cake.
Okay.
Now, I ran this past my sister-in-law, Robbie. I called her today, and I said, this is so nuts. And I'm going to read it on the air. I'm going to leave the lady's name out.
Okay.
And she said, yeah, you should. It's crazy. So I'm at the computer, and I'm going through, Frida, like everybody, had 8,000 different email accounts. So I'm going through and I'm closing out her accounts, and I'm getting rid of the spam mail. And I noticed in one of her personal accounts, there was a letter, an email that had been sent on August 2nd, which was, Tuesday.
Right.
Okay. Give me a second. I want to get a sip of my beverage. Sure. Give me a moment.
So this was an email that was sent to one of her accounts.
Right.
Okay.
And this is from a lady. To Frida. Subject, miss you. Now, this is sent to my wife's email account.
Right.
Okay?
3 days ago.
Not to me. Not to a P.O. box. To my wife's email account.
Right.
When I remembered that your email was Saint Frida, and I won't tell you because it's at some, dot something.
Right.
I thought how appropriate. I have no doubt that you are letting all of these certified saints know what it really takes. It was so good to see you at name-deleted birthday party. You were so excited about the Tampa house and your new Lexus and Mike losing weight and being in such great shape. You had a wonderful smile on your face the entire evening. When Name Deleted called me in Italy to tell me what happened, I thought I felt your presence. Smiling and saying, I don't need a damn passport to be in Italy. I lit a candle for you near Palermo. I think you were standing next to me when I did that. I have a photo of us. I'm keeping it with me for now because your smiling face keeps me smiling and crying. I'll miss you, St. Frida. And then it's got this broad's name. Now listen, honey. Who do you think you're sending this email to? To be as blunt as I possibly can. Almost a month has passed. You know that my wife is dead. Is this therapy for you? Great. Write it down and put it in your own book.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Don't send it to my goddamn wife's email account. What do you think? You think she's going to log on and go, oh, look at this. Oh, isn't that wonderful?
A little strange for the people that are still around, too.
Right. I felt like typing back. Dear, name deleted. Thank you for your wonderful note. Let's talk when you get back from Italy.
Yeah. It's weird, and it bothers you. I mean, and the long and short of it, it feels strange, and I can understand. I try to understand. I try to empathize in these situations, and I would imagine being the widower that would feel. That would piss me off. That's the long and short of it.
I think it's incredibly selfish of this woman.
It is.
That I understand she was grieving for Frida. That's great. She was a friend and an acquaintance. Even better. You want to write something down, put it in your own memory book, your diary, whatever. But, honey, you're sending this to my dead wife's email account, and you're writing it like she's going to read it. And you really screwed up my morning. So I hope there's awful weather in Italy for the rest of the time that you're there. Really.
There it is.
I hope the Leaning Tower leans right on you.
And I like the fact that you're contacting advisors on this sometimes too. To say, what do you think? Because I agree with that. I agree with the fact that you read that. Because I think anybody that has been through a similar experience would react in a similar fashion.
I think so too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And, I mean, listen, here's
Because, I mean, the bottom line is not to get heavy, not to get down, but when you're over there kind of saying, hey, I'm dealing with this over here. Right. You know, it's just kind of leaving you out of the equation. That's a little odd. A little selfish.
Yeah. You know, I'm sad, you're sad. You know, and that's wonderful. But wait, sending it to my wife's email.
Don't send it to her.
You know, what are you doing?
Pissed you off.
Yes.
Rightly so.
And this person works in public relations.
Of course they do.
I swear to God,
No,
I ain't making that up.
Doesn't surprise me.
Doug, Big D,
Yeah.
Big U, Big H.
Sure.
Doug.
Right. Well, it's like, you know, saying a car dealer knows a lot about cars. Not necessarily always the case, you know. Not necessarily always the case. You know, it's not like the guy that's scooping out the, the chunky monkey at Ben & Jerry's really knows the recipe.
Because, you know, the truth is that maybe it made her feel better. You know, but screw her. What do you think, that no one was ever going to go through these email accounts?
Yeah,
and
little thoughtless there.
And if you thought that maybe I was going to read it, how about just writing, you know, to me, or even better, sending it to my email address?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right.
Even, you know what? Even that's a different situation, even with a little preamble. That I wrote this to. I'm giving this to you,
this is like
but this is an open letter to her.
Listen, here's the thing about this dumb broad.
It's like you don't rate.
Hold on. I can't believe. No, and it's not at that level that I'm not caring about myself. I'm just thinking, if I had heard that somebody that I had known had died. Mm-hmm. I mean, what kind of person a month later sends a note to the dead person's email account?
It's a little strange.
I mean, I know what type of person now because I know who does.
Hadn't heard of that before.
I know that. Now I understand her a little better.
There you go. Well, perhaps you'll get another email. Somewhere down the road,
Probably not till she gets back from Italy.
Yeah, well, that good. I hope it's a good long vacation then.
I hope she has a fantastic time.
Enjoy yourself.
I hope that she gets acid reflux.
Yeah, eating all that pasta.
That will not go away.
Yeah, nothing too serious, thank God.
Thank God.
Then they'll send her an email back.
Hey, look at this.
You know,
look at that. You got an email that says 2 words.
You could wig her out.
Oh, and you know, another well-intentioned friend came by.
Right.
Knocked on the door. Said, hi. How are you? I said, I'm dealing with it. Thank you. Got a little something for you. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, that's really, don't have to, no, really. You need this now. I said, thank you. And it was a brand new copy of the hit movie Ghost.
Oh, no.
So,
no.
I am not. I'm not making this up.
People do goofy stuff.
Listen, this is an old person.
The fact is, people are going to do...
This is an old person.
People are going to do some strange stuff trying to cope with this situation. And the thing about it is, you've got every right to have a little fun with it. Especially when it's like that.
Absolutely.
That's
my God.
I'm just standing there on my front porch.
You know, nobody wrote the rule book on this situation.
We could based on this.
I'm looking at this going, well, she says to me, do you know about this movie? I said, yes. Whenever it came out 15 years ago, yes, right. I'm very aware.
It was a totally wrong choice. I would have gone with something much better. Angels in the Outfield.
Well, now, Mike, I would hope you'd keep it to the Patrick Swayze genre.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And maybe you would
Roadhouse.
Or Black Dog, the one where he's the truck driver with Meatloaf.
And Red Dawn, if you want to go back a ways.
Yeah. And, of course,
the Patrick Swayze collection.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, with Baby.
Hit. Yeah,
with Baby.
You know, if you squeeze that into the whole box set, you're all set. But
you sure are.
Crazy for
the movie Ghost.
So then, after this well-intentioned person,
and everybody's well-intentioned, I suppose.
And I said thank you, and there's not a chance this person is listening. This person's never heard the show before, so I don't care talking about this. Actually, went in the other room because there was nothing on TV, and I put the DVD in. I went right to the very end, thinking, I'm going to get all choked up. And instead, I was just reminded how crappy, technically, the end of that movie is. Because I fast forwarded.
You mean the special effects that are not their current quality self?
That after, what's his name, Swayze finds out, and Demi Moore finds out, and everything's resolved.
And he moves the penny and all that.
They're with Whoopi Goldberg, and then I went to the very end, where the light comes down, and it's like the worst Jerry Todd chroma key, and she's looking up into the light, but it's like bad TV silly weatherman graphics.
and don't forget the great script writing and what he says.
Yeah. See ya. See ya. There it is.
Fantastic. Well, maybe you can use this to take up pottery.
And then he just turns and walks away. But even though the movie came out, I guess in the 80s, it struck me as I was watching, it was more like 1970s technology.
And Patrick Swayze counts as the most hungover guest that we've ever had on the show.
Oh, yes.
when he did our show years ago.
He smelled, didn't he?
He had a little reek of alcohol on.
He was laying his head down in the room like where Buzz is.
Yeah, the little studio where people would wait to come on the show.
This is when Dirty Dancing was hot, and every woman that worked at the radio station was there at 8 o'clock in the morning
to see him.
And they didn't know that he was in the next room. And Mike and I spent about 10 minutes just looking at the great Patrick Swayze,
hysterical,
at the pinnacle of his career, just laying like this with his head down.
Yep.
And when he came in the studio, we were playing a record then. So he comes in, we go, "How you doing?" He said, "Oh, banged up, man." But he did okay on the air.
He did great on the air. He was a lot of fun. He had gone with the philosophy that in order to do a morning radio show and get up that early, why get up when you can just stay out all night?
That's right.
And that's what he had done.
Didn't work for him.
Yeah, a flawed strategy. Yes,
flawed.
Yes, very
anyway,
flawed.
That's just a sampling of the dumb stuff that's happened to me.
Everybody kind of wigging out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Everybody that's close to you, and or even not close to you, but like lives on your street or something like that.
Yeah, I could do a whole show really with all of the what I deem to be inappropriate letters and cards.
Off target.
Even I think one of the places that I had mentioned that had called or sent letters, looking for Frida. I got a DHL package today, overnight thing from some place that I mentioned on the air. A very nice letter from the CEO that basically said, "Listen, we're sorry for your loss. Heard you mentioned our name on the air. Yeah, we did send the bill to your house in your wife's name. We didn't know that she was dead, and we didn't call you." Now, if the letters had stopped there, I would be on the air right now offering this guy a 100% apology. But the letter continues to say, "You don't understand how complicated the healthcare business is."
Oh, no.
Fine.
Justifying trying to explain their ins and outs?
In essence, saying because everybody's healthcare is covered by 8,000 different people, well, stuff gets farmed out and people make calls and they have no idea of knowing who's doing what. So basically it was one of those, we're very sorry if you were offended letters.
Oh, that's the worst. That's really a non-apology apology.
Yeah. And the guy,
sorry if you felt that way.
All I'll say to the guy, because the last thing I want to do is have a goddamn hospital sue me now. But really, dude, just even if I screwed it up in some way, you admit that you screwed it up in some way too.
Absolutely.
Just a note from you, and you took the time to send me an overnight letter at my house from the CEO. Very nice. How about just a little, hey, maybe we both got it wrong. Sorry for your loss.
Right.
Rather than the whole, we didn't do this, we did do this, this is why we're sorry. Oh, and then, like, an explanation for me, that the call may have been made in essence like when you order something on the internet and you get a guy in India and you have no idea it's a guy in India.
Well, I'm going to say this, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's nice to know that no matter what the circumstances are, certain people don't get out of the mode of covering their own ass.
No.
That's nice.
Well, and I'm covering mine now because I'm not saying the name of the place because the guy, the tone of the letter was reverent, but also saying watch what you say about about whoever.
Yeah, well, I think the one thing that you need during this time is to be lectured. Right. I think that's helpful, right?
More than anything.
Ass hat. Sorry, that's me.
The one thing that I was thinking as I was, rereading his letter was, gosh, the only thing is, and I did receive a lot of calls and have received a lot of mail, but gosh, why is it that I would remember just the name of that one particular place?
I don't know.
Why would that be?
Yeah.
I can't figure that one out.
Well, the sensitivity seems like it's continuing.
But fortunately for me, the movie Ghost arrived shortly after.
So you could see the bad special effects at the very end.
And then,
you didn't go to the original scene at the beginning of the movie where he's helping her with the pottery?
No.
Because that speaks to another problem you were discussing.
Yeah, and I would be glad to discuss that with you in depth. But we must break it. And what, Buzz?
But that's fine.
I gotta fire up the pottery oven.
Right.
Yes, the spinning wheel.
That's the scene when she's working on the clay and she's got the third or fourth button undone.
Yeah.
And she's got remember those attributes.
Yeah. Yes.
Why was Buzz getting all hot and bothered about that?
I don't know. Buzz just wrote that on a card.
You were about to say we're going to go to break, and I thought you might want to add that.
Well, thank you,
what do
Buzz.
I know?
You know what? I mean, just say it. Don't write it. Just say it.
Buddy Sorrell Burbank over there, he does that every now and then.
You know, and I always tell Buzz, just say it.
Well, but this was your line.
Well, no, it was Buzz. It's your line, Buzz, and then I say,
thank you.
Thank you, Buzz.
Hey, whose line is it anyway? Let's do some pantomime.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hi, Don and Mike.
Hi there.
Hey, Don.
Yes.
Wondered if you felt like Kevin Spacey in American Beauty this morning, where he said, believe it or not, this is going to be the best part of my day.
Yeah, except here's the thing: with Kevin Spacey was able to, to close that deal.
Well, they don't show that in the American Beauty, but you assume they kind of show him in the.
No, I believe that he.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, he closed it. Always be closing. He was also great in Glenn Ross.
Do not interrupt me again. I love that scene where he throws the asparagus up against the wall.
The Don and Mike show. Hello,
Your Majesty.
Hello.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask Don if I was going to send him over a copy of Point Break. Should I keep that at home?
Oh, that's another Patrick Swayze.
Point Break.
And you know what? I'll give you a chime on that. Because that's one that's not bad. Except
I haven't seen Point Break.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves as the FBI guy.
Oh, an acting clinic.
And Patrick Swayze is in a bunch of surfer. He's in a surfer gang.
Right.
And they put on masks of dead presidents and go and rob banks.
I've only seen Red Dawn, Ghost, and Dirty Dancing. Other than that, I haven't enjoyed the Patrick Swayze collection.
Now, Point Break's very appropriate.
Point Break.
Very
I like surfing.
Well, you like me? Swayze crazy.
Swayze crazy.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
And the way Hansel combs his hair?
Well, doesn't. It's like, excuse me, but have you ever heard of styling gel?
I'm sure Hansel's heard of styling gel. He's a male model.
Well, Earth to Brent, I was making a joke.
Earth to Meekus, duh, okay. I knew that.
Earth to Brent, I'm not so sure you did, because you were all, well, I'm sure he's heard of styling gel. Like you didn't know it was a joke.
I knew it was a joke, Meekus. I just didn't get it right away.
The Don and Mike Show. And now, because someone has to be the dumbass, here's Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Right. Hi. Here's another thing that I forgot to tell you in the opening. I'm finding also, now that it's just me, that the language difference is really becoming a hang-up. You know, the fact that a lot of people in this country don't speak our native tongue.
That's true. Welcome.
And I mentioned the lovely Alicia, who's the main gypsy that's been coming over and, cleaning our house for the last 15 years.
Right.
And she's a wonderful lady, and she speaks very fluent Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids speak Spanish, and they used to talk all the time. Right. Bon diddly dias, all that stuff.
Buenos ding dong diddly dias, senor.
So, like 3 weeks ago, right after everything happened with Frida, she and I hugged, and she cried because she truly missed her.
Yeah.
And yesterday I got back from the courthouse, and it's right as they were all it's like a clown car. Really. And when they opened up, it was like 8,000 immigrants come out. And she comes over, and she says, Mr. Mike, I have to ask you something. And I said, oh, sure, Alicia. What is it? And she said, and I'm thinking, I've already been through this emotional thing with her once, and I know she's not like Fausto,
right?
The other guy.
She gets it.
She knows.
She understands what's happened.
She said, I don't know how to ask. I tell you that I... And then she turns and looks away, and I'm like, what? She said, I need Clorox.
it can irritate the eyes.
Bleach, Mr. Mike!
And I said, do you need me to buy Clorox? Yes.
You need me to buy the big bottle of it?
Yes. I said, you remember how you used to leave out like the empty bottles of Fantastic?
She's understanding that when you say that?
Windex.
Right.
I mean, well, yeah, she is. Because the way we used to do it was she'd leave the empty bottles out.
Right.
We would go to the store and buy the stuff. So I said, you can do that. Mm-hmm. You leave the bottle out, and I'll have it by the next time you're here next week. Oh, thank you, Mr. Mike. Thank you so much. And then instead of leaving, she goes upstairs.
Right.
And like, whatever.
So you think she's done?
Right. And I think she's going to go back upstairs and finish cleaning, although the house is as clean as a whistle. She comes back downstairs with the empty bottle of Clorox. See? And now by this time, I'm sitting watching the Tony Kornheiser show.
Right.
And she says, I'm going to put these on the counter. And I said, you don't have to. I already wrote a Post-it. And she said, you want me to write something?
Put the El Bleacho on the counter, please. Next to the Bretto.
So I finally just let it go and said, knock yourself out.
Right.
Put the bottle out there.
Yeah, but just think, next week, your whites are going to be whiter than they've ever been.
Well, and God knows I'm going to buy the industrial size because, I mean, it's not a pretty sight.
This is true. Do you think your love of brand names will continue into those domestic products?
Oh, yeah.
You won't buy. You'll buy the Clorox. You won't buy the
goddamn right,
the special, the Food Lion bleach.
Trust no other.
No. I'm only going to buy the Food Lion bleach when I want to put it on my meat. Or was it fish?
All of the above.
They actually put it on chicken and ham, I believe. I think ham was the number one that they bleached.
That was a bleached ham.
And they love us for never forgetting that.
That's right.
And speaking of bleached ham, that number 3 situation, I think we've just about covered it as much as I can cover it to tell you that.
Yeah, I believe the next update will really have to be when.
Now it's got to
success.
Be a time of healing.
That's right.
That's terrible.
And right on the sweet spot. Remember when you were a kid and you had your ball glove and you would get it home and you would put it under, like what I would do is put it under a leg on my bed.
I actually put it under my mattress.
Yeah, well, you would do anything you could to get it folded over,
right? So
it would fold over naturally,
and you'd have that spot where the ball would go in.
Yeah, and you would even have some type of there's something that
put oil
that you would rub in there,
rub oil
to get the sweet spot. Well, my sweet spot is just a mess.
I'm terrible. Sure you want to leave that alone.
I'm sure it's not related, but this problem with the number 3, that's not why you're out of bleach.
Oh, dear.
Is it?
That's pretty nasty.
I'm telling you, that's a problem.
You keep bleach away from that, especially if you're down like to your second epidermal layer there.
You'll hear
your second epidermal layer there, Donnie.
You'll hear some sizzling.
Watch out for that, the epidermal. Because really, what's that all about? That's all about nerve endings. So you keep any, make sure you keep everything fresh. I wouldn't even try powder.
Plus, I think that over the weekend, I don't think so. I'm still counting on that Madden game getting here.
Yeah. Where is that? Now I'm getting nervous. Do we have an update on that, incidentally? Do we have because really the guy yesterday was coming down from Baltimore. He spoke. Did he speak to Beth Ann, Rob, yesterday?
I think he spoke to Travis.
He spoke to Travis.
There's a joystick that won't get irritated.
And also, I think
grip it as tight as you want.
So I think this weekend I won't give it a shot, and then next week I've got Bart coming in. He's coming in for a week, and God knows that's the last thing he needs to see.
Right.
I mean to be walking around the corner one day and Dad, how you doing? Oh my God. So I think with him there,
right.
That'll give me a chance to heal.
Through the healing, the literal healing process.
Yes, right. Yes, absolutely. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Now, Don, how in the hell do you not use a lubricant?
Hey, Josh, is that your name?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's on the screen. How the hell do you not listen to the whole show?
Well, I apologize for that.
Right. We've already covered it, dude.
It's personal preference.
That Vaseline will fix it.
Dude, if you had listened to any part of the first hour of the show today, Mike brought it up. I've tried it, but now because I'm down to the last level
when you get
skin.
No, but the Vaseline will be like a painful, good feeling.
You're not looking forward, Josh. You're looking backward. Damage already done.
All right, sorry.
If you're going to call with a suggestion, make it a valuable one.
And all of the banana boat oil in the world is going to sting, no matter how beautifully it smells.
Vaseline will not sting, I'm telling you.
You know, I am...
Listen, dude, why don't you just drive down here to the station?
He's very interested in that.
I'll sit in the lobby, I'll pull down my pants, you can apply the Vaseline.
Let him just see it, baby.
Hold on. You can apply the Vaseline, and then I am positive that my reaction will convince you that indeed Vaseline does hurt. Wow!
You know, and all I'm thinking about now is different products. I'm thinking about different products over the years. You know what's the worst, I think, is a soap product. Like if you use that soft soap.
Yeah.
I've done that before, and that's not a good idea.
Hello.
I can't go into real detail as to why.
I don't think you have to.
Right.
Hello.
John?
Yes.
There's a name for your condition.
Of course there is.
It's called honeymooner's burn.
I know what that is.
Would my child bride be happy to hear that? All right, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Have a good day.
Gotten a slightly different way.
Goodbye. Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, if you get that, if you get that on your honeymoon for the reason that I'm, then you're in the wrong situation. You shouldn't be doing that yourself if you're on your honeymoon.
I don't want to go into details, Don, but never use Freon.
Only if it's real hot outside.
Very, very bad. Or any kind of antifreeze.
Only if it's hot. Hello, Don and Mike Show. That is so hot. Hello.
That's hot, like Paris.
Yeah, Don and Mike. Hello.
Hey, Don and Mike, how's it going?
Okay.
Hey, I was wondering, maybe, Don, if you tried using a toy or something like that. You know, they sell those really good...
Yeah, I tell you what, here's what I tried. I got a Mr. Potato Head.
See, that's the problem. It's too hard to grade a plastic. Right.
Then I got a Fantastic Four play set, and nothing seems to be working.
Well, that's surprising.
See you later.
Cottage cheese, a no-go as well.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Not a good idea.
Hello.
Hello, Don?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, Next of Kin.
Oh, another Patrick Swayze movie, right?
Oh.
And that's an awful one.
I had no idea that Patrick Swayze had made this many films.
Thank you, my friend.
Next of Kin? I've never even heard of that one.
See you later. Oh, and my Next of Kin, I mentioned Bart's coming back next week. Right. We're going to have what's going to be both a great moment and a funny moment next week.
Okay.
Frida had bought, I don't know, months ago, tickets for us, real good seats to go see Brian Wilson. Because you know how much I love Brian Wilson.
You do.
And you know how much, even with all the goofing, you know...
You consider him, and I tell people this, you are serious, you consider him to be, as far as modern music is concerned, truly a genius.
He's the Beethoven of my generation. I put him above McCartney and Lennon and all the rest. Even Vanilla Ice. He's better than all those guys. And, you know, a lot of that music meant a lot to me and to Frida.
Right.
So we were going to go to the show, Frida and I were, and we had never given thought to meeting Brian Wilson. But as it turns out, Bart's coming back, and we're going to the show next Wednesday night, and the people at Wolf Trap have been nice enough to say, you know, would you like... You know, to meet Brian Wilson. I said, are you kidding? It was really seriously... Nothing would make me feel better than telling this guy how much his music has meant to me over the years, and how much it meant to my wife and I, and how much it still means to me now. So I call my kid up, and I say, hey, we're going to meet Brian Wilson. And he says... Went to a dance, looking for romance. He starts doing the whole...
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, to the free of flowing mountains to the south Atlantic shore. By the John
I'm saying to my kid, he says, Dad, what are you going to say to him? I said, Bart, I'm going to tell him how his music is, how his music has impacted my life.
Don't we really have a tape of the real Brian Wilson? Like, don't we have that tape where he is singing Ba Ba Baran?
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhere in the background. It's along with the tapes that we have of his dad screaming at them.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, what's his name?
Murray Wilson.
Yeah,
Murray Wilson.
Murray telling him that he sucks. And
what if Brian Wilson uses soft soap?
That he's no good?
I'm just curious about that. My only memory, and I tell you, and he has gotten himself in in much better shape. So that's why he's able to do the tour. That's why he's doing everything. The fact is, Brian Wilson, when I saw him, it may have been even before you and I started working together, but you were doing the emceeing for one of the concerts on the mall, and I was backstage, and my first sight of Brian Wilson is when they were carrying him up the stairs. To go on stage. And you had mentioned when you were on stage, you noticed the keyboard was unplugged.
Now, I'm sure you've heard the new recording of he did Smile.
Smile, yeah, it's great.
I heard Heroes and Villains on the radio today, and it sounded just like the original until he started to sing, and I thought it was Carl from Caddyshack.
Hello, Mrs. Craig.
I want you guys.
You can hide.
It's a fine line we're walking now because
I know. And hey, it doesn't matter. You've always considered him a genius, regardless of his ups and downs. It doesn't matter. He's probably got a great band that he's put together, and it's going to be a great show.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to tell the guy.
Right.
The problem that I'm going to have, Mike, is that that face you were just making.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bart's going to
do that the whole time.
Going to be making the exact same face.
The thing about it, if it was any other problem that he had where he spoke differently, it would be easier to handle. But that is what happened to Brian Wilson. He started talking like Bill Murray in Caddyshack when he had the issues, and that's the thing. When you say, I remember that, it was great.
Don and Mike, hello.
Don.
Yes,
hi. Quick thing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. The first thing is a movie with Patrick Swayze. How about Tu Wong Fu?
With love, Julie Newmar.
That's an awful one, but okay, you get credit for naming that one.
And then if you're going to use a toy to help your problem, you should probably go with the erector set.
Okay, that
could happen.
I don't get it.
Rob doesn't get the joke.
Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello.
Hola. And did you like being on the show?
Hello.
Did you like being on the show, sir?
Yes, sir.
Great. And we're all happy.
Good day.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Yes, sure.
Hey, Don?
Yes. Oh, hold on, please.
Craig, I'm looking at you. You wore green so you could hide. I don't blame you. You're a tramp. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, that was right where you wanted it. Oh, Mrs. Crane, you're a little monkey woman, you know that?
Brian Wilson.
Little monkey woman. You're lean. And
you shouldn't be saying this now.
Far between.
You're going to meet the man on Wednesday.
You're going to meet him, and you're going to love meeting him. And then you're going to have a great story to tell the day after. I cannot wait.
Hello, anyway. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Don?
Yes, ma'am.
I was just thinking maybe you could try the liquid bandage new skin for your problem.
That might be a legitimate...
Here's the thing about... Mike, about 3 inches down.
Yeah, I understand.
Right in the sweet spot. The thing with new skin, and I've used it before, not
that way.
You haven't used it there, though, right?
I find it, first off, it smells incredibly like nail polish.
Does it really?
Yeah. And second, it's like putting super glue on your body.
That's going to burn.
A couple of years ago, I cut the bejesus out of my finger cutting a bagel.
Right.
And Frida came by and sprayed that stuff on. And I said, what are you doing? And it was like, ow, ow, ow. And then...
It's alcohol-based, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that'll put you through the skylight if you do that.
It actually,
sorry about that. I didn't think about that.
It actually it built up a little crust on my finger. But I got to tell you something, that... Even though, well, obviously it didn't hurt me. Even though I know you're not supposed to ingest that stuff.
Right.
When I ate that scab,
you got high.
That was it was just one of the tastiest. One of the tastiest and one of the crispiest ones.
Tasted like a martini.
Yeah, that was a good scab.
But I mean, it was.
We have a pool in a pond.
Because I had, like I said, cut the crap out of my finger.
Right. Cut the dickens.
Yeah, and Frida said, you don't need stitches. Just put this new skin stuff on. And then, like, 3 weeks later, sure, the cut is healed. And you know when you get a really good scab going?
Yeah, it's healed.
And you know you're going to pull that baby off, and you're going to be able to get it all the way off to where there's not even any, like, pink or red or blood or anything.
It's just a dried scab.
And I got her off, and man, right into the mouth. Like you don't. Like you don't?
No, I have a... I shouldn't say this. I guess I can say this. When I took over the joint we had a guy that was back.
Thanks. Look Around Cafe.
He was back where the food was, and the word on the street was he was a cutter, and and he had a lot of them. And one day,
he's your head chef now, isn't he?
He's no longer with us. My girlfriend passed along to me that he was sitting in the corner, out on the floor of the restaurant, licking the scabs. And so now the whole, the discussion of
keeps them moist.
Scabs cannot come up without me thinking of the guy. He was in the corner licking, almost like softening it up before he went for the big bite.
Right.
It just makes me almost my stomach turn over.
You mentioned your girlfriend.
Yes.
I guess I don't know when we can get into this total discussion.
Yeah.
When were you going to tell me that she moved in with you?
Well, I really didn't even admit to that on the air though.
Again,
I think we got it out of
again, no, I'm getting stuff third hand. I'm telling you now that I'm getting when I'm getting emails and stuff. I'm getting reports from people about how the show went when I wasn't here, and one of the things was Mike has got Carla moved in with him, and. Every day, I've known this all week.
I think I assumed everybody kind of knew that.
How would I know?
I don't know.
No, that's not...
And why didn't you tell me?
Well, I didn't think to tell anybody. It just kind of happened.
Hold on. But no. You said it on the radio, though.
Yeah.
So I was not able to listen.
Here.
Okay. Right. Well, then, maybe... Any day this week when we were sitting in the office, when you were... Not that your story about buying lighting fixtures for your restaurant was not fascinating.
Right,
and not that I didn't think we weren't bonding.
Yeah.
But maybe at some point you would have just been, hey, it's Natalie, she moved in.
Well, that was a while ago. Yeah, and I didn't mention it to you a while ago. So, yeah. Hey, Don.
Yes.
Yeah, she's moved in.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard. Good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Why are you making a face?
Well, no, I'm not making a face. It's just, when you've been around the bend a couple of times, you just, it's. I'm not like Larry King. I don't remember Larry King with that one woman that he got on the radio about and
Julie.
Remember that? And that's what I always think about. It's like, oh, it's glorious.
Get ready to thank me, Mike.
Why is that?
Because I have a little something for Don.
Oh, there it is. Boy, that gets me off the hook.
No, it doesn't. No,
I don't think it does. No.
Is that sweet?
Wow.
That's sweet. Madden 06.
Let's talk about that.
Thank you. Who do I have to thank for this?
EA Sports.
Okay, well, I'll find out who I'll thank in a moment.
Has that been opened?
Yeah, it's fine with me, Mike.
Okay.
You will not divert me right now.
What?
You will not divert my train of thought.
I'm not intending to divert your train of thought.
I only brought it up because you felt comfortable enough to bring it up at least at some point on the radio to where a lot of people knew.
Yes.
And I thought, almost every day this week, I had been sitting in the office.
DTFT, Don. I mean, really.
What's that?
Desperate to fill time. I mean, really.
Okay.
I mean, it's all rules. All rules were off at that point. It's the first the prime directive, fill time.
Okay, understood.
And even when I brought it up on the air, though, I didn't exactly just come out and say it.
No,
did I, Buzz?
No, we had to pull it out of you.
All right, I guess that's what.
But see, all I know is that I got the report. Mike said on the air, had big conversation that his girlfriend moved in.
Right. Yeah.
And then I got another, and I wrote back, and I wrote to this person. I said, well, now that I've not heard a word of this.
Right.
And I wrote back, no, but Mike's complaining about the dogs living with him, and
see, I guess the way the plan I went with everybody here at the radio station was, I would assume that when I'm talking about things like that everybody would just assume it. And then when we got into it, when the subject came up, I don't know who asked me. It might have been you. You might have actually
part of that discussion.
Pursued the line of questioning. Then it came out, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm awkward about it right now, but I am very. Here I go. I'm a professional broadcaster, and I'm just going. Yaba, yeah. It's the whole thing, the age thing, and all that. But it's fine. It's great. It's yes, Rob, half the rent. That's what it really was. It was half the rent. That's what I was looking for.
Mike, and I don't mean to lay a guilt trip on you.
Well, and also I told you the dog thing when I was in the office, and that see when I'm telling you those stories, I don't think it's necessary to formally come out and tell you because I assumed you already knew.
How could you possibly assume that? Because I wasn't here.
I have no answer for you.
Mike, I'm not speaking to you now from here.
Yeah.
From the mouth.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to you now. From the ticker.
From the ticker?
From the ticker.
Yes. What?
Nothing. That's all. I would have thought.
You mean your feelings were hurt that I didn't tell you?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like I understand your. And I'm thinking back even to way back when Frida would say to you, "Why don't the four of us get together?" I know that you're antisocial like that.
Right.
I understand that you're private like that. I understand.
Right.
But Jesus Christ, you got on the radio and told everybody that.
Yeah.
And if no one had told me that you had told that story on the radio, I guess I would be the last guy. I'd be the only guy left who had anything to do with the show who would know that. And I thought, well, I would have told you. I'm sorry. I would have told you.
I'm really sorry.
It's kind of a big thing, right?
Really, really sorry. I have nothing to say. Here's how it happened. Okay, it didn't happen where there was a discussion. It didn't happen where it just evolved into that. It was not a formal thing where there was a discussion, and it happened like. There would be more and more time, and then there would be more and more time, and then it just kind of happened, and now we're just we're enjoying that.
Well, that's good.
Happened gradually.
It did happen gradually. There was not a time where
still I don't care how gradual it happened. I was 3 weeks. I'm
still paying all the utilities, but half the rent and groceries paid for by Carla.
That's got to help.
That's the way it goes. No, she's wonderul, and it's.
I'm just glad you were able to tell all of your friends about this big step you made in your life. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Boy, man.
Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Irish guilt. Man, if you could lay it out before, you can lay it out now, that's for sure. Wow.
So you didn't...
You're really... I got nothing to say. I should have told you. I should have told you. But it happened a couple of months ago. 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Again, I understand. I dig that. That's you. You're private. But, once you told everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe you would tell me. I don't get the Mike O'Mara newsletter, so I'm not hip to all the things that are happening with this.
This is true. We just finished decorating her separate bedroom. It's wonderful.
Rules
it really is. Incidentally, just for the record, she was all for the Green Bay room. Just so you know that.
Hello.
It might have been a little awkward at first, but I think we all would have. I think we all.
How could she have been for the Green Bay room when you didn't even tell me that she'd moved in? Okay. How could she be? Come on, please.
Hey,
please. Okay.
I formally. Do you know how many people I have said that put it like that she has moved in those that semantics, those terms? Do you know how many people I've told? Well, sat down and said, "Hey, incidentally."
Besides about incidentally, it used to be 6.
No, but I didn't
maybe
tell.
The 3 million listening to our show. Okay.
All right, but do you want to know privately who I've had that conversation with?
No, because you had it publicly.
Okay, but do you know who I have had? I mean, if you're thinking, I haven't had that discussion. I haven't told my mom with anyone.
Well, that's good. I'll call her and tell her.
I know you will. I know. I'm sure you will. Thank you.
I'll call her on the way home. Hi, Mary.
Mary?
B.A.?
It's Dawn.
Who do I want to thank for this wonderful Madden 06 game?
Well, you want to thank Chris Martin from Glen Burnie, Maryland.
Beautiful. And does he work somewhere where he was able to access this?
I didn't really ask him. He's out in the lobby.
Oh, all right.
Okay, bye.
All right. We'll bring him in here during the break, and I'll thank him and lay some dough on it.
All right, whatever. It's Don. It's such a secret that she spends most of her daylight hours in the cellar. That is the truth.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew. I said, please, during daylight hours, please don't come on the main levels of the house. That is true. And then I have the padlock key, and when I get home,
I know.
It's always very exciting. It's at 7:30 when I walk through the kitchen door because I hear the feet running up the stairs.
Sure. In this heat,
it's very, very. No, it's cool down in the cellar, in the root cellar. It's delightful.
Not for nothing.
Yeah.
But when that thing with Frida happened?
Yeah.
You're like the second person I called.
Jesus. Wow. Oh, man.
I'm not kidding.
And now you're making me want to reach in my wallet or something like that. I don't know what the hell to do now.
He didn't.
And that's not going to work either, Not with him. That's for sure.
No.
I don't know what the hell to do.
That's all. Just swim in that guilt this weekend.
Oh, boy, yeah. That's a weekend's worth right there.
Only one cure for that.
Hello, Don and Mike Show, two bottles of Irish whiskey.
Yeah. And the kids are going to be with me this weekend, so they'll be watching me do it.
Poor kids.
Leave Daddy alone.
Hello.
Uncle Don gave him some guilt.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don.
Hi there.
Oh, boy, I got some news for you.
What's that?
What are you going to do tonight now? You got Madden?
Oh,
and
no,
the
hold
Packers
on.
are on their hay.
Don't I know that there? Yeah, it's
That's
the
right.
Packers
Yes.
and the Buffalo Bills, and it's a scrimmage from Lambeau Field.
There's going to be like 75,000 people going to a
Won't the game even supersede the first scrimmage?
Here's what will happen. I will get home, put the game in the machine, look at it, marvel at it, attempt to read the book, and then I'll watch the Packers thing.
Okay.
Then I'll watch the Packers.
Hey, Mike, you're still a good friend, O'Day.
What's that?
You're still a good friend to Don.
Yeah,
even though you call him with anything.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks. It's not going to do me any good right now. I don't need you to say that with him here, okay? Just call me in private.
Just trying to help a brother out.
All right, thank you, brother. Bye-bye. Call me in my office. Call me on my office.
Hello there, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, I just wanted to tell you that Patrick Swayze played a pedophile in the movie Donnie Darko.
And he was beautiful in that.
He was awesome.
Beautiful in that.
The Patrick Swayze filmography. Man, not exactly award-winning.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hey, Don and Mike. Welcome back, Don.
Thank you.
Hey, has anybody mentioned the Peace on the Resistance Patrick Swayze flick, The Roadhouse?
Oh, yeah, that was one of the first ones Mike mentioned. Was
Did you say peace on resistance?
Peace on the Resistance.
Ah, very good.
Hey, Mike, thanks, Rob. Hey, Mike, Don, have you heard about Robert Mailman Steve?
Beth Ann was telling me something about that earlier this week. That I think Robert is going to have them yanked next week.
Yeah, he came in a couple of weeks ago, and he is apparently with his diabetes. He's got. They had to do a They had to do a physical for him, right? And he was just about to get the physical done. Once he gets that done, he will be cleared to have them yanked up, but they're going to leave a few anchor teeth.
Hold on, I bet this is a BA. Hello?
Hey, I just want to let you know that yesterday, Robert went to the dentist office to actually see the new set of teeth that would be put in his mouth.
Wow, that's exciting.
You know, BA, we really got to have that meeting next week about that website. As soon as I can, I will let you know, because we got to get those pictures up. Yeah, absolutely.
I know, and he did take pictures.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, bye.
Hey, Beth Ann? Never mind. She's gone. She's gone. Hello. Don and Mike Show. Hello? Hello?
Don.
Yes, Don and Mike. Hello.
Hey, I got a question for Mike.
Yes, sir.
Who's the celebrity that Carla most resembles? And I'll take your answer off the air.
Oh, boy. The Invisible Woman. Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four.
Downstairs during the daylight hours.
The root cellar.
Tallulah.
Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead.
Wow. Wasn't she like some old time? Or like Greta Garbo?
Right.
You never see them anywhere.
I think she looks a little like Jessica Alba, if there's anybody that she would be similar in the face to. A little bit the same kind of hair.
That's fair.
Stuff like that. That would be what are you looking at me with that tone of voice for? I don't know. You know, when there's a look you give me. There's a look you give me that when you give me the look, I don't have even the slightest clue. Normally, Don and I will look at each other in here and have for years.
You tell her Frida died?
What's?
I'm just wondering. Did you tell her Frida died?
Of course. Yes.
Thanks. That's good of you. Thank you. I'm glad you told her. God, stop it! Stop it! Jesus Christ! Right. Jesus! Right. Oh. Okay, let's take one more call. Hello there, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
How you guys doing?
We're doing okay.
Hey, Don, I just want to let you know I got Mike's invitation to his wedding. I was wondering if you received yours yet.
Oh, shut up and go away! Shut up! Shut up!
Now listen, I don't care how much he tells me or doesn't tells me. I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. I don't. But then again, I wouldn't know. I'm looking at a man I don't know. I thought I knew him. Mike said he wants to marry you this weekend, Carla. He just mouthed those words to me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for letting the secret out.
Secrets out. You're good with secrets.
I'm very good with secrets.
Patrick Swayze was also in...
See this? That's the key. I just swallowed the key.
He was also in Fatherhood. That's an awful movie.
God, I've never heard of these movies.
He was also in Green Dragon. He was in Waking Up in Reno. He was in Grandview, USA. He was in Staying Alive, the follow-up to Saturday Night Fever.
Rob,
what?
I don't hand out wedding rings like Tic Tacs.
You're right. Stop it. It's engagement rings, not wedding rings.
It's engagement rings.
Engagement rings.
Like Tic Tacs. Here, want a candy?
Got a break, everybody. We will be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Oh, another Friday is upon us. What'll you be doing, Smithers? Something gay, no doubt. What? You know, light-hearted, fancy-free. Mothers, lock up your daughters. Smithers is on the town.
Exactly.
The Don and Mike Show. Round, round,
They are not dignified. Don and Mike.
Right. You know who else isn't? KHTK in Sacramento. It's usually on the website.
Have they changed it?
Yeah, they just took that big, gigantic picture of me off. But still, what's hot?
Yeah, that's the way they would do it. They wouldn't go all the way and remove it.
Hold on. Is this Beth Ann? Hello?
Hello. Yeah, the web guy took the picture off, and now he's working on getting the thing completely off. And that what's hot is always a part of the template of the website.
Okay, well...
You know, they're taking it down. It'll be off.
Yeah, it's just take that item off the hit list.
It will be done.
I appreciate it. Thank you, B.A. Goodbye. Okay.
Hello, Northern California.
There you go. Let me do that. Oh, and we did find the Brian Wilson tape.
Oh, good. Or not. The original one?
Yeah. The
one during his sandbox period.
Right.
When he was performing.
You know, I'm such a dick. I'm going to go meet this guy next week.
You are comfortable with your duality in this situation because you have stated... Do you remember the Reverend? You have a job to do. You also have to recognize reality. And reality is, when he talks, he sounds like the Caddyshack guy. And there was a time when he performed, and he sounded like that tape that we have.
I'm going to see if my kid is awake.
We're sorry. Your call did not go through.
He's moved.
Oh, wait, what time is it? 4:40? Yes.
He should be up.
Good. He worked last night, I guess, till about 11.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me the old ringy-ding. He's been good like that.
Good.
Boy, he's good like that.
No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Let me try a song.
I'm going to play the... this is... he's also... is he a fan of Brian Wilson, or does he just like it?
How do you do? How you get down?
You like his message?
I do.
To page this person, press 5 now. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I love this gag.
Hey, buddy, it's your old pal Dave. Listen, you've never been funnier than you've been this morning. Either that or I'm all goofy on Pop-Tarts.
Message erased. At the tone, please re-record your message. At the end of your message, press 1.
Hey, how you doing, pal? You know what? Your brand of comedy reminds me of my mom's mashed potatoes. Yeah, lumpy and tasteless.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. Thank you. Your message has been sent.
With normal.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Okay, so he's not there. He would get a big kick out of this tape. Right. He's going with me to the Brian Wilson show. Anyway, here he is. My hero.
You're a big fan.
I swear to Christ I am.
I know you are. No question.
I'm complicated.
Yes.
Just like you, Mike. And Avril Lavigne. The three of us are complicated.
Saw a picture of Avril Lavigne in one of the tabloids coming out of a bar.
Good looking skank.
She is like me.
The Brian Wilson tape.
It was a really fun show, a real intimate kind of...
We had a good time that night. It was really a very small crowd, but it was very intimate, you know.
So I got off on the intimacy of it. It was really fun. Do you prefer an intimate kind of a smaller crowd when you're playing live, or one of the bigger houses? I like the small ones. It's easier to sing to, and I get them.
Well, see, I thought we were going to play Barbara Ann.
No. We've got that.
We do?
We've got it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to wait till after I see him. It's just...
You're going to wait to play the Barbara Ann till after you see him? That makes sense.
I'm going to wait to play the whole thing, the documentary, and then all of our cuts, like the...
So we couldn't even just get a smidgen, just a split second.
No. You know why, Mike?
Why?
Something I got right here.
A heart.
It's called the heart. Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
Okay. You know I'm just doing it just to have with him.
I'm glad I can fill that role. I truly am. Yeah, I really want to hear it.
What, the Brian Wilson tape?
Yeah, I really do.
Well, you know what I really wanted to hear?
Shut up.
Oh, you shut up. Okay. Last week, earlier this week.
Yes.
We had the thing at Glamour magazine.
Yes.
The article, the...
Owner's Manual for Men, sort of.
Owner's M-A-N.
The Man Manual.
Right.
That's it. And there were so many things that we did not get to. It's the catch-up day here, the last day of the week, so... let me see. And again, this is a manual that's going to be in an upcoming Glamour magazine.
Glamour magazine.
Telling women, how screwed up men are, and all men want to do is bang you, and then they just want to leave you, and this is the way to find the good man.
Yeah, the survey, when you read those questions, those statements, obviously written by women. Right. Women write for that magazine.
So now here, again, under the headline of Glamour magazine's manual... They say these are secrets that men don't want you to know.
Okay.
The 6 ways that men prepare for a date that's going to involve more than just dinner.
Oh, okay.
Meaning...
So they want to do it.
Yeah, and this guy's going to jump your bones.
Right.
He's going to do these 6 things.
All right.
Number 1, push-ups. Yes. This is stupid.
Wait, I'm confused here. He'll say that he's done push-ups?
No. These are things that he's going to do. He's not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
But you're going to find out why. Push-ups. Because he will want his muscles to be as tight as possible before he takes you out.
Right.
If you see a man with gigantic biceps, be aware.
Yeah. That's funny.
Number 2, he won't tell you this. He'll take a shot of liquor, especially before a first date. If he is planning on having sex with you, his nerves are jacked up. Odds are the plans for the evening rest on you. If you smell liquor on his breath, run.
Wow. Well, come on, that's ridiculous. I'd do that before a first date, whether I wanted to have sex or not.
Now, here's another thing a man will do to prepare for a date when he's just out for sex. He'll listen to a happy song. Now, you would think...
This is so obviously written by women. It's so
you
ridiculous.
Would think, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with the guy listening to a happy song?
I love you, you love me.
A man will not listen to a romantic song before a date because that messes with his emotions and takes him out of his comfort zone. Remember, he's after you. He's going to listen to happy songs. He's going to listen to something that puts him in a good enough mood to get you.
Well, the password is somebody's thinking too much.
There it is. And here's a happy song. Yeah.
What you're cooking for victuals, Granny? What you're cooking for victuals, Granny? Yeah. What's for supper? What do you got?
Gonna get some tonight.
Let me take a peek in my pot.
Oh, yeah. happy, joy.
I'm ready.
Also, now, how they would know that you're doing this unless they had hidden cameras, I don't know. Another thing that guys do, just want to bang you. Before he goes out on a date with you, he will check his wallet repeatedly before you arrive. It will be his nightmare to run out of money.
Oh, yeah.
So if he doesn't have OCD, he will check his wallet over and over. Please note that he will have money in his pocket and credit cards in his pocket. He will have nothing in his wallet. Because if he decides you will not be his type, he will pull out his wallet and say, look, I've left all of my credit cards at home.
Okay, this has gone beyond being written by women to being written by women that are using their own personal experience.
Well, that's crazy.
Negative experience.
Number 5. Now, this is the one that really blows my mind, because you would do this if you're going out, just with someone you just wanted to, you want to look decent.
Just going out for a normal evening. Yeah, same with a shot of liquor.
This is special grooming.
And push-ups.
Special grooming. Now, the guy is out to get you. Yeah. And by get you, I mean he wants to get you in the sack. Eyebrow plucking, ear hair checking, and shoe shining. These are the things that are your tip-offs that this man is just after your,
He practices hygiene. That's what
the password is Brazilian.
Is that too much preening?
He knows that you will be spending the next hour to 90 minutes looking directly at him. Mm-hmm. And he wants you to size him up as he prepares accordingly.
That's why, watch out for the man who's going to pluck his eyebrows.
Now, the 6th thing that a man does to prepare for a date, and how they know this, again, I don't know, and this is only not just preparing for a date, but when he wants to get some poontang, psychs himself up. Every man like this will give himself some sort of a pep talk. Usually along the lines of, well, she's agreed to go out with me, so she must like me. If she likes me, she'll go to bed with me.
What's he doing this in the mirror?
I don't know.
You're a pretty man, brother.
While he's plucking.
You're a pretty man.
Then we have, let's move on now. Things that any man can be taught about relations.
Here we go.
And things that he can never be taught.
Relationships or just hot, steamy relations?
This is all just about sex. 5 things that any man, no matter how knuckle-dragging he is, can be taught about sex relations.
All right.
1, hygiene. You must tell...
You're not going to believe this.
I jump off. You must tell this man, parentheses, you are thinking of sleeping with, that you love the touch and smell of his smooth, clean skin. He will quickly catch on. Number 2, you can teach him this.
Hello, Larry. What are you enjoying for lunch today?
Post-coital etiquette. After you're done, you have full authority to tell him how long he has before you watch TV or check voicemails.
This is for men?
You can teach him this. These are things you can teach. The guy that wants to...
So the guy, after you do it, the guy has to have a certain amount of time before he gets to watch TV?
After you're done, the woman now has full authority to tell the man how long he has to wait before he can watch TV, check voicemails, and do things like that. It says you can train a guy to do this.
Okay.
The 3rd thing you can train him to do.
That fits into the cuddling part.
How to kiss. Baby. Men do not know how to kiss. Take charge and guide him. Perhaps he'll adapt.
Oh, God.
Number 4.
This is like if you want a man like the Gimp.
This is Rip Taylor. I will be at the Metroliner tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Washington, D.C.
The tape that works in any circumstance.
You can teach the man, let me see, how, when, and where to touch you. Most men don't know the first thing about truly satisfying a woman. You've selected him. Now help him. Put your hand on top of his. You'll have to show him by example. Maybe he'll remember on his own next time.
Where was that spot?
And number 5 thing that you can teach any man about relations, which fantasies not to share. Tell him that you don't want to hear anything involving real people. Like your best friend. Like what guy's going to meet a chick and while you're having sex, say, yeah, this sex is fantastic. And where's your friend Mary Lou at right now?
You think she'd join us next time?
Okay, and conversely, now here are 3 things that the man you're going to sleep with that you've decided is acceptable.
Right.
You can never teach him.
Okay.
About sex. ESP. Men are stupid about sex. You have to tell them what you want, where you want, and how you want it. Or he'll just guess blindly.
Because we're so damn dumb.
Now, here's another thing that we men can never be taught. How to make better faces. When he approaches his moment of relaxation, his facial expression isn't his fault.
Hurrah!
This is something that happens to men. Sadly, it's beyond their control.
Sadly.
Yes. And then the number 3 thing that he can never be taught is simply his smell. And then, right,
he smells like a boar.
Right. Most men don't smell well. Hey, that rhymes. Most men don't smell well. If your chosen doesn't smell good to you naturally, he never will. Let him go.
Well, why can't he put on some stuff? Like spray, that body spray that the kids like so much.
Helps to bathe first. But.
I'm just telling you, just cut him slack on his...
Now, how about drums? An instrument everybody loves. We have beautiful drum instruments right in the product case. Listen to this. Bass drum.
He's got some slack on his face.
Crash cymbal.
Right. That guy knows how to get
hi-hat when it is closed.
Tom-tom.
When it is open.
Tom-tom.
A crash cymbal. And small drum called tom-toms.
Tom-toms.
But no matter what, you will never get rid of his B.O.
Now.
So learn to rub it.
Oh, God, do I have time for this? Okay. 5 keys to winning an argument with any man, no matter how stupid he is.
Take notes.
1, only argue when you're sober. He'll be way better at shutting you down, running logical circles around you, and preying on your tendency to get emotional. Number 2, you're going to love hearing this one, Mike. Channel your inner lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
As he lays out his arguments, sit there, listen, and at the same time, formulate an airtight response.
Wow, this is pure man-hater stuff.
Propaganda,
right here.
yeah.
Number 3, don't be passive-aggressive. If you think that sulking and being standoffish is going to get the point across to this stupid guy, you should have asked more questions about your project. It won't work. He'll just think you're being randomly moody. Stupid men don't respond well to passive-aggressive.
I like stupid men. I think that's really the continuing theme in this.
Number 4, the key to winning an argument with a man. Thank you, Glamour magazine. Think about what's really bothering you.
Yeah.
Please. Don't argue with him because he's there.
Don't regard his feelings.
That's not fair. If you're really bothered by a parking ticket, a problem at work, whatever, get away from him. Go to the gym.
Because remember, he's stupid.
Go out with your friends. Clear your head. And whatever you do, don't apologize.
He will not be able to please you. He smells bad, and he's stupid.
That's right.
And then here's the one that is just the funniest. The 5th key to winning an argument with any man, no matter how stupid he is. Read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yes, ladies, it's practical for this situation. Learn how to appeal to your stupid man by figuring out what he wants to hear, and then use that to get your agenda across.
Wow.
Hey,
yeah.
Pretty good handbook.
Fantastic, ladies. Good luck, Glamour magazine.
God, hey, there's too much. I mean, we're running way too late today. I guess next week, this is like a 45-page handbook.
And it's all the common thread. Men are stupid.
Things to look out for in his medicine cabinet to tell you that he's a bad guy.
You thought about that the other day.
Right. Well, of course, tampons. I mean, if he's got tampons. If you've just started with him, these are not yours. Whose are they? Body glitter. Now what? Now listen, hold on a second.
Homo.
That's when you look at the woman and go, "It's mine. It is mine." Or am I supposed to keep it?
And then there's all this other hair products, creams. Don't like if you open up his medicine cabinet, there's any kind of cream in there.
Why?
No.
That's crazy.
He should know creams don't work.
All I got in there is Goody's headache powders.
If he's got creams, it means he's so desperate for stiffening help that he has turned to pseudoscience.
Oh, that kind of cream.
No, but it doesn't say, like, stay aroused. It just says cream products.
I don't know what the ladies get around and they'll have like a few martinis and write this. Is that the way it works?
Sure.
Anyway, that's from Glamour magazine, and we're only on the get-go stages.
Wow. Hey, why are you leaving? I found cream. I found cream and body glitter next to the tampons.
I know. Before our date tonight, you checked your wallet repeatedly. You psyched yourself up. And damn you, did you listen to a happy song?
I don't know why we're going to have sex. You don't know how to please me anyway. That's what the magazine said.
We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
The idea behind it was that everything is a muscle in here, and the more you can stretch it, the more resonance you'll get.
So where do you put them?
So you put little end of pencils actually your back teeth, and it forces a little more space. You get used to opening the oral cavity more, and you get resonance.
Did you ever swallow one accidentally?
No, I never did, Jim.
Never?
No, I never did. I don't think I'd want that. It works great for restaurants, because you call up and you say, I need a reservation for two. This is Kathleen Turner, and they go, yes, it is.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
This is ghetto-licious.
They whore it like bitches.
Yeah.
Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Yeah, thank you again to Craig, the guy from Baltimore.
Very nice.
Works at a website where he got an advanced copy of that in 2006 for preview.
Right.
I got it.
You've got it in your hot little hand.
And I was talking with the guy during the break, and he was saying, what team do you play with? I have the Colts, even though I'm a Packers fan.
Right.
I love the Colts playbook.
Right.
He said, well, no matter what team you have, it's going to be a whole new thing, because now when you throw the ball, as the receiver is going down the field making his cut, his hands actually either move to the right or to the left.
And depending on what side, that's whether you complete a pass or not.
Yeah, because it used to be that you would pull up the passing windows, you'd see Marvin Harrison, receiver A.
Right.
You would push the A button, and the ball would just go right to him.
And now it's going to be the degree of difficulty.
Yes.
It's pretty good. Madden's games are good as far as, do they improve significantly the degree of difficulty every season?
Every year. So I'm loving it. Looking forward to that. Thank you again, Craig, other Baltimore. Chris, I'm sorry for hooking me up. Now, what do we have here? All the crap from this entire week that I've not had time to get to, because we want to get to Jeopardy today.
Right.
It's a great one with a great Regis angle. That's it. Listen, I'm going to save it until we get to it, but it's been in the Inquirer for a while now. Save Regis.
Yeah, he's very distraught.
Apparently, they even have, what is this? Keep your letters coming to support Regis. They're so sure he's going to be fired.
Yeah, Gelman, it's conspiracy with Kelly Ripa. They're going to boot him. They're going to boot him on out of there.
Wow.
So send your letters to Keep Regis, the National Enquirer. P.O. Box 1890, Murray Hill Station, New York, New York. We'll get into this in a second.
And he's so old.
My lead story, though. This is great news for me. You know I've got a thing for milk.
Yes.
Yeah,
always
okay.
have.
And we're not talking about cruising over to the Giant to get a half gallon or anything, are we?
That's right. Monrovia, California. Is that in Northern California?
Near Los Angeles.
Near Los Angeles? They have announced that they will be selling commercial breast milk. Oh, yeah. Now, my weekend is complete. Wow. Let me see. The supply comes from donations at milk banks around the country.
Buzz, were you just licking your lips?
Yes, I was.
Here.
Very hot out.
Now it's said in this thing that I read that they're using it for sick babies at hospitals.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's medically necessary.
But
very helpful.
Do you think that perhaps it's just something that you're going to put in your fridge?
Here's the thing: you guys were so great to get me that Madden game. There could be any way that I could get a 6-pack for the weekend.
Somebody that maybe got an advanced bottle
delivered in bottles to the front door.
Just you.
Nope, man.
Just you, the TV with the exhibition game on, and your Madden game, and maybe just a glass half full.
5 regular and a chocolate.
Right out of the can.
That is fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Man, this vanilla latte has a hair in it. Oh, dear.
Let me see. Tommy Lee.
Hi,
Tommy Lee. Hi, Tommy.
And I got to tell you what we did when you weren't here. That was one day that it sounds nothing like Tommy Lee, but I guess it was Joe. Liked the fact that.
Are you talking about something that happened when I was gone?
Yes, and it was Tommy Lee.
When you told everybody about Carlo?
Yes, when I told everybody about Carlo.
Except me?
Haven't you? I have. It's the mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
Okay, go ahead.
God. So I forgot what I was going to say.
Sure.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. That's what I think Tommy Lee would sound like. And then it was pointed out to me that Tommy Lee sounds like George Lopez and also Ty Pennington, which is not to be confused with Jesse Jackson sounding just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it was really talking about Tommy Lee. Hey, kids, let's go to college.
The thing about that Ty Pennington guy is that your impression of him is right on.
Right.
He has a voice that is, in some ways, similar to Lopez.
Good morning, only higher.
Right. I mean,
where George Lopez, he's down here with the accent. And Tommy Lee was right here. Come on, girls. Who wants hepatitis?
So, Tommy Lee had to choose between Pam Anderson and booze. He's going to miss Pam.
Attaboy, Tommy.
Apparently, the deal is this. Her father was an alcoholic, so she is sensitive about this. He said that she came to him and said, we can make this work. We can really give it a shot if you'll stop drinking.
Right.
And he said he thought about it for 24 hours and then said goodbye.
It's tough to, I mean, there are probably a lot of Pam Andersons out there.
Now, this is also coming out because she's admitting now that she's dating him just for publicity. I mean, I don't know if you've heard this or not.
I know they've been seen together, but I didn't know that's why she was dating him.
She said, well, the way that it works is somebody did an interview with him where they said to him, are you dating her? And he said, no. When I just told, he said, she made me choose booze or her.
Booze or her, and he chose the booze.
So I chose the booze. So then they go to her and they say, he told us that he chose booze over you. And she said, well, if he told you that, then I'll tell you that I'm just going out with him for publicity.
He should have looked back at her and says, I'll give up the booze if you give up plastic surgery.
So it's a business deal they got going there. Lindsay Lohan.
You.
Oh, no, hold on. This is good news.
Okay.
Lindsay Lohan has hired a personal trainer. Do you know why?
Why?
Because she's lost her boobs.
She has totally lost her boobs.
And she wants to work out with the trainer.
There's an exercise for that?
They're working in the chestal region. And apparently, between diet and exercise, she says, her words, not mine, my breasts will explode.
Hey.
So the thing is, she lost her breasts when she got down to Lara Flynn Boyle weight.
Right.
And all she has to do, I mean, if she works out a little bit, all she has to do is like drink a few milkshakes, pardon the pun, and she'll get the boobs back.
Oh, boy, I'd love some of that. That is such a great...
You know what? Hey, listen, I'll make it my quest this weekend.
Imagine that.
Quarter a gallon.
Because I know you feel guilty. And it would be like that time that, I don't know, you forgot my birthday or something. You drove all the way out to my house with that present.
Yeah.
I get this picture tomorrow morning. Please don't do this.
I show up with...
with like a 6-pack of breast milk.
Or I could just tell you it was breast milk. Put a little vinegar in it or something.
Mike, I'd know. I'd know the difference.
You'd know the difference. I forgot you are the sommelier of breast milk.
Did you know that? Well, you know, Britney Spears.
Yes.
And she's got to have some tasty breast milk.
Maybe she's a donor.
Boy or girl, what do you think? They've already done the test.
Boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
And the name she's already selected?
Tyler
Nope.
Eustace?
It's nothing trendy.
Shane?
Think Tard. Think
Corky?
No, think our show. And think Tard.
Thomas?
Think lovable Tard.
Boy, there's Tom, Thomas.
Mike?
Get to know Charlie. Charlie?
Charlie.
And it's not Charles, it's Charlie?
It's Charlie.
Charlie!
Because she loves Charlie on the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, God.
It's a boy. They're going to name it Charlie.
Charlie. Because of the movie?
Because of the movie.
Wow. That is a dark reason.
Now, hold on a second. Robert Blake. He says he's not worried about the fact that his first wife is going to testify in the civil trial.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I try to bump them all.
Listen to what he says. Now, the allegations are that he hired a hitman
to bump her off.
To kill her and a boyfriend.
They're coming down on me, Donnie.
Here is what Robert Blake says.
Sure could use some breast milk.
Let me see. Robert Blake is not concerned that she's charging him.
I'm concerned about building my breast size back up.
Here's his quote. She's okay. She winked and smiled at me, like when we were at the beach. She don't mean it. That's the quote.
She don't mean nothing. She's just working me, brother. That's all she's doing.
She winked and smiled at me like when we were at the beach.
I ain't going back in, man. Wow. I ain't putting that orange jumpsuit back on, brother. There ain't no way. I'll tell you that right now.
At the beach. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Buzz.
Yes.
There are exercises that a girl can do to improve her breath.
Yeah, actually, I knew that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Over the shoulder. Hit the floor.
That part I didn't know.
That called me a little more gay.
I don't think so.
There are exercises you can do. That was Clay calling.
Okay, now I got just a million things that are just one-sentence things that I've been saving all week to tell you. I only mention this because a lot of people they're trying to be nice. They'll say to me, Frida came to me in a dream, or I feel Frida's presence. And somebody actually said to me, you ever thought about sitting down at a Ouija board? Yeah, and I'm like telling these people, you're out of your mind. Well, somebody sent me, somebody well-intentioned, sent me the person that said to me, you should buy a Ouija board, sent me this story from the Los Angeles Times. Let me see. I guess it's in relation to Kate Hudson has a movie coming out next week, and they're doing an interview with Kate Hudson, and she says that they talk to the dead all the time in her house. And then they say, really, how do you do this? And she goes on to say that they love the Ouija board.
Okay.
And that Goldie Hawn loves it, but Kurt Russell is really the best at it. And that Kurt Russell has a special talent for the Ouija board.
So the Ouija board, for those people that don't know, because it's been a long time, it spells the words out, right? Like you ask a question, and the Ouija board answers you.
Like what you would do, what this person came to my house who wanted to do was you put your hands on a little piece of plastic.
Pointer,
yeah, and it moves around the board, like where you say, Frida, can you hear me? And listen, everybody can say whatever they want about the Ouija board. I have never been in the company of anybody with one of those things where somebody's not moving it.
Right. Yeah, of course. It's automatic. And doesn't it have answers to, doesn't it have like yes and no as opposed to just the letters?
And Kurt Russell apparently has this rap now that Goldie Hawn is saying and that Kate Hudson's saying that he's so great at it. Of course he is. He sits there with these two dopes and moves it around.
Yeah, does anybody remember Goldie Hawn from her heyday, Private Benjamin? Come on.
The mystical powers of Milton Bradley. We'll tell you all the powers of the netherworld.
That's right, it is a Milton Bradley product, a board game. Yeah.
So anyway, Kurt Russell is awesome at that. Does anybody watch Rockstar in Excess?
I've seen it, but I don't like it.
I tried to watch it one night last week.
It's no Hell's Kitchen, Don.
They're moving it off CBS onto VH1, if you care. When Kelly Clarkson was growing up, the other kids called her Smelly Kelly.
Why?
But they didn't do it just because it rhymed. Kelly Clarkson. And now this came from kellyclarkson.com.
Okay.
Says, excuse me, yes, she did have a BO problem. Because her mom was busy working.
Right.
They didn't have a lot of money. And she never taught Kelly about stuff like deodorant and feminine hygiene.
Oh, more than enough trouble down there. Oh, Miss Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson, boy, I spend way too much time on kellyclarkson.com. They've got a surprise. They've got a clip there from an interview with Jane Magazine. Another one of the things that she says is that one of her friends finally came up to her and said, dude, do you know about deodorant?
Oh, wow.
She said no. A woman, now a woman, a girl at the time, asked her if she had ever heard of douching. She said she knew nothing of it.
No need.
She went home and yelled at her mom.
Wow.
That's from Kelly Clarkson.
Well, their mom should have paid more attention.
Okay.
All the American Idols had those issues, though, I think. Ruben. Justin.
Why do men have nipples?
Clay.
Do you care why men have nipples?
I would like to know. I mean, there's really no functional reason.
For the first 6 to 8 weeks that you're an embryo, everybody starts off as a woman.
Oh,
that's why.
I've always felt that. I've always strongly felt that. I've wanted to play tennis.
Don Knotts, who we've had on the show before, Barney Fife. Yeah, right. They don't know if he's sick or well. How
could you tell by looking at him?
His health is failing.
Yeah.
They are concerned about him because there's a Don Knotts festival somewhere this weekend in West Virginia or some such. Where is it, Robbie?
Morgantown.
Right.
Somewhere every weekend.
And they're going to give him his walk on the Hall of Fame, and he's not going to be there because he's ill. I say it's because he doesn't want to go to Morgantown, West Virginia for goddamn Don Knotts Day.
Will they keep his farm open? His berry farm? Does that place seriously still exist? Does Knott's Berry Farm? I think so.
They just
Park, right?
They just call it Knott's.
Knott's
That's
now?
what they call it now, just Knott's. And remember, that's the place where my brother worked, but got fired because he refused to cut off his beard.
That's right. He didn't shave his facial hair.
I hear Don Knotts now weighs nearly 400 pounds.
Wow. That's how they know he's ill.
So he's not well.
But he's okay. All right, that's all I had for you this week. One more thing. Oh, and this is a feel-good. This is from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. There's a girl named Stacy Kendall. She's 19. She is a gigantic hero to old people.
All right.
On Monday, she got busted by the cops for selling sexual favors. She's 19.
Hey, 19.
The favors that she was selling were to two guys. One of them's 71. One of them's 83.
God bless her.
How are you? The favor that she gave to the 71-year-old, you want to guess how much, Mike?
How much she charged?
Yeah.
$100.
$4.
Oh, dear.
To the second guy?
She wasn't riding on a short bus. But how much to the 83-year-old?
$6.
$6. $10 for each of them.
Senior discount.
Two guys, all three were arrested for prostitution and solicitation.
And all he said when he was arrested, the old man, hugs are great. Hugs are great.
The prices would have been higher, but they ate before 4:30.
That's all I got for you. Listen, we'll come back. Now, this thing from the Inquirer, this has been ongoing, this thing about Regis, for months and months now.
I didn't know.
They've loved writing stories saying Jeff Probst is going to replace Regis. Kelly hates Regis. Regis hates Kelly. And it's gotten to the point now, as I mentioned, that the National Enquirer has got an actual Keep Regis campaign. Now, what they've done is they've taken snippets from the Regis and Kelly show. Just set this up before we come back with Regis.
Right.
And they've taken them out of context. Now, I watch Regis and Kelly every day. You know, I think they're great.
You love that show.
I do. That first 20 minutes is the best TV in the world.
Except when Jessica Simpson's co-hosting.
Yuck. Or Nick Lachey or anybody.
Exactly.
You know, I like Regis and Joy. If Kelly's not there, I like Joy Philbin. So anyway, what they did in the National Enquirer, the brand new edition that's out today or yesterday, they have things taken out of context that these two said to each other. On July 18th, it cut Kelly to the bone when Regis said they were talking to the winner of Dancing with the Stars, the chick that was on General Hospital.
Kelly Monaco.
Right, that's her name.
Right.
And she said that her relationship with her dance partner was strictly professional. Kelly Ripa said, and I saw this, she said, that's the same reason that nothing goes on between me and Regis. We've got a professional relationship.
Right.
Regis then said, we hate each other, that's why. and they got a big laugh.
Sure.
But they write it in the Inquirer.
Like he really hates her.
Right. Now,
that's when they'll say Regis snapped.
Here's another thing.
That's right.
That Kelly Ripa said on the air. One day, we just being an old man, having a brain fart, and she turned to him and she said, I don't know how I'm going to get through 4 more years of this. Okay, so they take that, and they make that an isolated...
She hates him.
...headline. Yeah. Then, I'm not going to go through it, but they have a string of catty exchanges between the pair. Things that they've said to each other out of context that look like they hate each other.
Right.
Last week, the National Enquirer reported that a damning dossier is being drawn up so that they can fire 73-year-old Regis.
Oh, no.
They want to bring in Jeff Probst.
Yeah.
And Regis Philbin, of course, has nothing to do with this, but the Enquirer says it's the Keep Regis campaign. Write your letters to Keep Regis.
Sure.
National Enquirer.
He won't let you know, but I think he supports that.
Via Fox 1890, Murray Hill Station, New York, New York.
Right. I mean, he's still trying to do the show business on the outside, but I think you can get something out of it.
Well, we'll find out in a moment. This is from the Enquirer. They maintain Regis is out.
Wow.
Jeff Probst is in. And you're going to have to write letters so Regis can keep his job.
The only thing I heard about this is that the reason it might be true is because they're actually going above in the chain of command. They're going beyond Michael Gelman.
Really?
Because Michael Gelman is still 100% behind Regis.
I'll bet.
Look at that.
I heard some.
Matter of fact, he's offering Regis a lot of support.
Sometimes I heard it's the other way around.
Sometimes it is.
Regis is behind Michael.
Not as much anymore.
No. Oh.
You know, just the way it works.
All right, so that's the setup. We'll come right back. We'll get Regis's side.
Good. You do the work.
When we get right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
It's a pleasure to have her back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
Kelly.
I'm so sorry.
I've just been renamed by Regis.
Hi.
Preston is my new name.
So what we're going to call her Preston Foster.
Okay, wait. But this is worse. My name is printed here, even on the camera.
The Don and Mike Show. They will touch you in the place called The Heist. Don Geronimo and Michael Mara.
All right. No time for the Beatles today. How'd you like this song?
It's game time now on JFK with cash for you.
Talking to Mr. Preston Kelly.
Time for Don and Mike to play the budget Jeopardy.
All right, we set it up, the story.
Geronimo!
The story in the Enquirer.
How are you?
The sniping between Regis and Kelly.
Yeah.
The Save Regis campaign.
You know, when you're hot, they always put you in the newspapers. And, the press wants to talk about things. I'm not particularly concerned about it. I think that when you have a working relationship of that style that I do with Ripper, that's with the Pippa, she's fine and I'm fine. I'm not particularly concerned, and I really don't see why they're making such a big fuss about sending the Keep Regis campaign letters to the National Enquirer, P.O. Box 1890, Murray Hill Station, New York, New York, 10156.
That's it.
There we are.
But
No.
you don't care about that address.
I think a lot of the things that they print are fabricated, and if people want to get involved with something like this to Keep Regis campaign, I'm popular. What does it matter? I don't understand why people get so... And the other thing that I read just the other day is that I'm suffering from some sort of brain problem, like what do they call that with the people that get old?
Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and they say that I'm suffering from that, and that's why you, like all the other media types, played the Preston Kelly, and I just had a moment. I was drifting off, and I reversed the names, even though the name was printed in very large block letters right on the camera for me to see. I didn't understand why that went down like that. I'm more concerned about this Wonka movie.
Is Johnny Depp hot?
What?
Or what? Isn't he great?
Yeah.
Hello, Buzz.
Hi, Regis.
How are you? But I was talking in the ride down. We drove down today. We didn't take the train and we didn't fly.
You and Michael?
We took a car, a limousine.
Michael Gelman?
Yes, you provide your producer was very nice to provide us with a car. We took her up on it. I said, it's a hot day. Get back with the air conditioning, and Michael and I will drive down from New York City, and by 3 o'clock we'll stop. We'll stop at a couple of rest areas, and we'll enjoy a long lunch. We actually took Michael's VW Rabbit.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding, of course. We did take a limousine. It was wonderful. It was delightful.
Now, I mentioned that these things that they're saying, that you're saying and Kelly's saying, they're taken out of context. So please now tell me. Tell me the truth. Do you like Kelly Ripa?
Well, I think, here's the statement I can make for you, Don Geronimo. I'll tell you right now that I think she's talented, she's funny, she's got a quick wit, and she's energetic. She's very lively in the morning, but I only see her 30 seconds before airtime, and so she's fine.
So then
she's fine.
You don't hate her?
Well, I don't.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Hate is a very strong word. I might strongly dislike her.
Who do you strongly dislike more, Kelly or Kathy Lee?
Oh, that's such a tough question for me. Do I like Kelly Ripa? Man, do I like chlamydia? You're asking me a very tough question, and comparing Kelly and Kathy, that's boy, oh boy, blazing bitches. No, I don't like either one of them particularly, but hate is a word I never use. It's not in the Philbin vernacular. I hate reporters that make things up. That concerns me. But I have no gripe with Keep the Regis campaign, sending you letters to the National Enquirer. P.O. Box 1890, Murray Hill Station, New York, 10156. I don't have...
You shouldn't do that. That's
so you're asking me to compare apples and apples.
Don't give out that address.
Who is this Kathy Lee you're talking about anyway? Is that career dead? Really, she tried to come back. She's not with the killer. She's not with me. You know what I mean? That's why she's failing miserably.
Now, Regis, they're making a big deal in the Enquirer about the
fact... Keep the phone close by me, please, if you don't mind. Yeah. I was asked if I got too upset with you that someone would have to calm me down.
They are really, really just jumping on the fact you're 73.
I'm not. Have you seen the condition I'm in?
Listen, I'm just telling you what they're writing.
Seriously, have you seen the condition I'm in?
Oh, not again.
I am in fantastic shape. I am. I really am. This body is as good as it's ever been.
Oh,
look at this right now. Don't you think so?
Please put the shirt back on.
I'm fantastic. I'm great and I'm doing well. I'm wonderful. Do you think that I look 73? I don't look 73, do I? I look fantastic.
I'm trying to call you, Beth Ann. You need to come into the studio right now.
I look fantastic. I feel good. I feel wonderful. I do. I am as healthy as I've ever been. Radu says I have the body of a 30-year-old Peruvian. That's what I have.
Wow.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Beth Ann. How are you? Look at this. Watch.
Just like
there we are. I'm doing it right now. You
Quite
see?
a pose.
These are the pectoral muscles. On a man of 73, normally they wither away and they die.
Right.
In this case, look. Oh, I'm posing. There you go. Put me on the cover of Flex magazine. That Schwarzenegger thing that he quit. That's what I should be on right now. Let me slip my shirt back
Yes,
on.
please.
There you go. Totally hairless also. I wax. I'm very happy. Hold on. Wait, the phone's ringing. I'm going to put my shirt on
first.
first.
Phone?
Hold on just a second.
Can't answer the phone.
Hello? Oh, excuse me one moment.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I did. I was showing... I wasn't...
Oh,
just give me a second.
Is that your old lady?
I just have to whisper. If you just give me a second, I've got to have a private conversation.
Shirt's still unbuttoned.
I wasn't coming on to him at all. I was showing him, he was asking about being old, and I showed him my body. What's wrong with that?
I believe he's talking to Michael Gelman, not to his wife, Joy.
You're the only one. All right, fine. No, don't. Please, don't get yourself in a lather. Don't get in a lather. I love you. I love you. Goodbye. Jesus. He got so upset. Oh, man. Oh, boy, I tell you. Oh, he's my hooker. I do love him. Huh? My Michael Hooker. I like him. He's my hooker. It's a pet name I have for him. He's my little hooker.
So how come...
He's my little prostitute.
I know that
I love him. I really do. I love him so much. So very, very much.
I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
That at least what the tabloids are saying Yes. A lot of this stuff, a lot of this get rid of Regis, bring in Jeff Probst.
Right.
It's being spearheaded behind the scenes
by Kelly.
By Gelman. But I'm telling you what I'm reading.
Kidding. No, you're joking. You're joking with me. That's not true at all.
Can I tell you something else I heard?
What are you telling? You're trying to hurt me is what you're trying to do.
Can I tell you?
Of course he wouldn't do anything like that to me.
Read the Inquirer. It's in there. Can I tell you something I've heard?
I think I'm going to throw up.
Can I tell you something I heard?
What's that?
I heard Michael is interested in a younger man.
A younger man. Well, I'm going to tell you something.
Someone in his
I could
60s.
bring that boy in here right now, Don Geronimo. He could look you in the eye and tell you nothing is further from the truth. He is, a matter of fact, if you'd like to... You're making me upset right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly what the situation is. And Hello. I'm handling it. I know you wouldn't. You don't have to... He's stirring up trouble. Yes, of course. No. Tonight, I'll play. I'll play that role.
Role playing.
Are you going to put the pants on like I like them? Yeah, put them on. The ones that... Right. The ones... The Thomas Jefferson kind of one. Right. That's the one I like. Right, with the feather. I'll use it or you'll use it. It doesn't matter. You're upsetting me. Get off the line. Goodbye. I was harsh with him. He's not doing that. We're 100% a team. Gelman is my soulmate. He truly is. I truly love that boy. And he'd never do something to go behind my back. Right. And are you worried about Probst? Probst with the IQ of a flea? Probst, what does he do? He goes to an island and people compete for radishes and whatever they're trying to get there. It's ridiculous.
Seems to have,
he's no talent.
He seems to have a chemistry with Kelly Ripa.
Chemistry. She's got a chemistry with anything that's wearing pants, if you know what I mean. If you know how she got to the top. I know the executives in soap operas that told me about her. Ripa, okay? They should call it the Ripa couch, not the casting couch. She's a little whore. She is. She's a whore. A dirty little whore. Don, you've upset me, and so I'm talking frankly, and I'll tell you the whole story right now. I will honor my contract with her. That's what I plan to do, but she's really a dirty little birdie. You see that tattoo on her ankle?
Yeah.
How do you think she got that? She got that when she was working down in the Cherry Hill neighborhood, which is just outside of Philadelphia,
right.
And she'd go over
in
the
New
bridge,
Jersey, right.
and she'd go to the bad sections of Philadelphia and try to make a name for herself. Auditions by day, pay the rent at night. How do you think she did it? It wasn't bagging groceries. I don't mind telling you. Probst should win an immunity challenge against the virus that we all fear. That's what I say about him. That's the rumor about him, too. You don't go to those islands and set your shop up and your tent up without coming back with some horrible disease.
I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Are you and Michael safe?
Of course. We're monogamous. That's the way it works with us. You're going to go there and you're going to upset me, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing you have to fear. We're tested on a regular basis like most people that enjoy our lifestyle. And occasionally,
I heard
in the event that he's going to go astray, he would certainly tell me, but he hasn't, and I could check. I've got the blood to prove it.
I heard
Michael prefers lambskin. He does indeed.
He's hot for Hugh Downs.
Hugh Downs. Oh, yes. Well, we went to a party at the Hamptons, and it was right after Hugh Downs had his knee replacement surgeries, and Michael was very curious about the procedure because, to be honest with you, I'm beginning to replace some of my parts as well. The hip is not what it should be. And
I know one part you don't have to replace.
Not one little bit, my friend. Take a look at this. I could work it up for you right now if you want me to. Seriously. Anybody got some coats they want to put on the hanger? I'm telling you the truth right now. There's no problem down there. But getting back to Kelly, as I was talking,
yes,
I will work with her. I think she's quick-witted. But let's not forget that I know her history and I know her roots. Before any host comes on the show, Gelman provides a very thick dossier. Is that what it's called, a dossier?
Yeah, like a background check?
Whatever. And he provides that for me, and I read through it. And I read through hers, and it reads like a cheap, tawdry dime novel is what it writes. And do they still sell them for a dime?
What about your dossier?
My dossier? I could give you the history. You know I've always been honest with you. You can ask me anything. Yes, the fact is you're going to ask me about the alleged homosexuality. And I'm out, and I'm proud, and I say that on your show, not like any other show. I satisfy Michael 6 times in 10. That's the way it works.
You know, that's good. That's a good enough hammer to get you in the Hall of Fame.
That's true. If we have any trouble about being too quick, which occasionally happened in my early days, I just fantasize about Mrs. Green Thumbs. Yes. I enjoy that, yes. And Joey Bishop never complained.
I remember.
That's for sure. He's a good guy. But I will be in show business until I'm 90. That's when you're crying. Oh, you've got my album. Take a listen to this. You bring on the rain. Oh, I wish Dean was still here. That's great. That reminds me of when I had the time in the studio.
Hey, here's a great Who Would You Do?
My friend, is music. Takes me back to Brooklyn. 'Cause when you're smiling.
Who would you do? Dean Martin or Michael Gelman?
Now you put me out. Boy, you're a smart interviewer. Somebody said that you gather all the facts and then you ask the real tough questions. He understands. Gelman knows that I love Dean. It was love unrequited. I never was able to, but I hung around Dean, and Dean knew it. I think Dean knew.
Didn't Dean hate fags?
Yeah, but I didn't have any relationship with Dean. He wouldn't allow me. He knocked me out one night.
Oh,
yeah. You'd call it today bashing. That's what Dean did that to me. They all did.
Wow.
Yeah. They took turns.
Frank
hitting me.
Frank and Sammy.
Frank, Sammy.
Peter Lawford
even.
Oh,
yeah, the British guy. Joey Bishop would do it also. And my Brit, Sammy's blonde Swedish lover, she even kicked me with her high heels one day.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was very, very tough. I tell you something like that. What's frustrating for me is reminiscing on how they kicked me out. I could have been in the Rat Pack, but they all knew that I had a real special thing. You know when they take a steam?
Yeah,
That's the day it happened.
In the Rat Pack HBO movie you're talking
Sam
about?
was in there, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, great talents all. Every single one of them, great talents. I came into the steam room, and it was the combination of the steam and the company I was in, and then I looked at Dean with the beads of sweat on his chest, and I gave myself away, if you know what I mean.
The stars shine above.
This is my great album. Do you have Swanee? Swanee's one of my all-time favorites. Hello? I've calmed down now. He's not upsetting me anymore. Yeah, you don't have to worry about... I've said 1,000,000 times I love Dean Martin. We never did it. No, Michael, it's you. Don't you understand? It's you. Listen, this guy's what they call a rabble rouser. And he's playing my album right now. He's playing Swan. I love you. Yes, you can keep the ball.
Swanee,
I love this.
how I love you, how I love you.
Gelman's upset because you brought up Dean. And he knows how much I love Dean. I do the advertisements for Dean. The great days of Dean Martin. I really enjoy that. Nobody sang like Dean. But this is me doing the great Jolson number, Swanee. This is fantastic stuff. Thank you for doing the retrospective. And whatever you do, don't send your letters to Keith Regis, National Enquirer, P.O. Box 1890, Murrayville Station, New York, 10156.
Don't send letters.
Oh, man, I tell you, I love Dean. I loved it when he'd come down that pole.
Yeah.
Didn't you love that when he had that show with the Gold Diggers? I didn't like them so much, but I really enjoyed Dean. He always looked great. So fresh with a bow tie.
To summarize, God, you don't really hate Kelly Ripa, but she's a whore?
Yeah, she's dirty.
She's dirty.
She's not a whore now. I think she's doing fine. She makes a lot of money. She doesn't need it anymore. She's just a dirty girl.
And you're not concerned...
I wouldn't want her to be my daughter. I'd rather have her be somebody I work with. That's fine. That's the way. On the TV each day, it's all right. But really, I know the dossier. It's not pretty. If I gave you the details, which I won't, but I've got them, if push comes to shove, just like I did with Kathy. With Kathy Lee.
Oh, is that how you got rid of her?
Yeah, well, I didn't get rid of her. She left on her own volition, She's dirty like all women. It's just my philosophy.
Would you tell them to stop calling, please?
I know, thank you. I told you I'd say it. They are all dirty. They're not like you. Hold on just a second. They're not like you. Clean, scrubbed, shaved. I love you more than a man can love a man. And I look forward to being with you in the car on the way home. All the way up the Jersey Turnpike, Michael. Absolutely. We'll make our own road sign. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Okay, he's better. He's much better. He gets so worked up when you interview me.
We're going to play a little bit of Jeopardy.
I love the Don and Mike show.
We have a champion. We need a challenger.
It's fantastic.
Phone number is 877-365-3636.
How about that Dukes of Hazzard, huh? Is that Jessica Simpson hot? Oh, that's for Monday. Sorry about that. I forgot. It's great to be here. We'll go to the rest stops, but not to rest. We'll go to the rest stops, but nobody will be resting.
No, not the rest.
Right. Not at all. Not even for a bathroom break.
We'll be back, Regis.
Maybe when we stop at them, we'll meet more friends.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
You know, that Kelly Preston tape is worth hearing again.
I know you like to play that. I had a problem. I had just a brief problem, but I'm fine. Mentally...
It's a pleasure to have her back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
Christ.
Kelly.
All right, I made a mistake. It's Kelly Preston. John Travolta's wife.
How are you? I'm so sorry. I've just been renamed by Regis. Preston is my new name. Preston Kelly.
So what are we going to call her? Preston Foster.
Okay, wait. But this is worse. My name is printed here, even on the camera.
Yeah, thanks a lot. What a man.
Crazy in the head and crazy in the bed. Don and Mike.
That's me. It's good to be back with you. Only show that I can be totally honest on.
It's a pleasure to have her back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
Kelly.
Damn it, Don. Why do you keep playing my mistakes? I once loved a Preston, Robert Preston, the Music Man. That was an actor. An actor, singer. He's a triple threat guy, you know. Sing, dance, act. Great guy. 76 trombone.
How was he in the bed?
He was fantastic. He was great. He was in that Blake Edwards group. Did a lot of his films. Have you ever seen one of his pictures? S.O.B. when Julie Andrews showed those miserable-looking things? Those were the days, my friend.
Let's play some low-budget Jeopardy.
This is low-budget Jeopardy, and now entering the studio is a pathology tech from Modesto, California. Let's please welcome Mike Hatter.
And here he is. Hello there, Mike.
How you doing, LQ?
Doing great, thank you.
Doing Regis?
Let it grow, Preston used to say. Used to yell it all night. And now entering the studio, fine, is a newspaper editor from Enosburg, Vermont. Let's welcome Ethan Deshotel.
Did you say penis? What was the name of that town?
Penisburg, Vermont.
Penisburg, Vermont?
That's what I believe I said, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I put a P on it. It's Enosburg. Enosburg, Vermont. It's not, Ethan, it's not Penisburg, is it?
It is not, although the village Enosburg Falls is affectionately known as Penisburg Balls.
That's a good one. I don't like it. I really don't. That's not my kind of humor.
Oh, Regis?
Yes, Don.
Excuse me?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to have her back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
Kelly.
That's like getting a sock in the eye. I don't mind telling you. That's so frustrating. Yeah, hello. Hold on a second. He's baiting me.
Tell him to stop calling now.
He's baiting me.
We're trying to play a
He's
game.
baiting me like I want you to bait me.
I'm not baiting you. God, I'm not like...
Are you going to bait me?
I'm not baiting you like Dennis Rodman got baited by Carmen Electra.
Are you going to bait me later, Michael?
This isn't the time.
Please. All right. Yeah, New Jersey Turnpike and you. Perfect together. I love you so much. Goodbye, my love. My angel flower.
Wow.
All right. Hey, you know it. You know it. All right. He's going out. He's stepping out. Do you have a convenience store around here? He's got to get butter. It's the best.
I can't believe it's not butter.
It works the best. No, not a substitute. Real butter.
Real butter.
Land O'Lakes. Now entering the studio is the host of Low Budget Jeopardy, Mike and Ethan. Don't screw with LQ. And welcome Alex Trebek Geronimo.
All right, thank you there, Regis and Mike and Ethan. Thank you, Regis.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Oh, Regis, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have her back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
All right. It's really angering me.
Guys,
I'm a senile old man.
Here are your categories.
Beaten down shell of a man.
You got 4 categories this week. Here we go. They are, who's that pitch man?
Oh, I could tell you that story. Who's the pitch man and the catch man?
Best week ever.
Best week ever.
Who's their daddy?
I like that category.
And Madden.
Madden.
John Madden.
Come again?
John Madden.
The football guy.
Right.
Oh, the big guy.
Do you think he's sexy?
Yeah. Actually, in his early days, when he wore the dress white shirt with the short sleeves.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Big guy, a big barrel-chested guy.
Right.
Like that. Real forceful. I enjoy that. I like John Goodman from the Roseanne Barr show.
Who would you do? John Goodman or John Madden?
Oh, boy, that's tough. I can't have both.
Yeah, this is like the other. Who would you do? You got to pick one, Regis.
John Goodman, but only when he was really fat. All right, you know, his weight fluctuates.
Right.
I liked him when he was really big, wearing those flannel shirts, and his stomach was hanging over his belt buckle. That's what I enjoyed. I truly did. But I love your categories.
They are,
Robert
again.
Preston hated the obese. He really did. I had a real problem with it.
We're talking about the Music Man again?
Music Man. Didn't like fat people. At all. Honest to God. One time I thought he was going to take a round out of James Coco. Just for being in the same restaurant. Go figure.
Your categories are Pitchman, Best Week Ever, Who's Their Daddy, and Madden. And let's see, Mike, you're the challenger. We'll start with Yee.
I'll start with Madden, please, for one.
Madden, okay, beautiful. Coached this team from 1969 to 1978.
Who are the Oakland Raiders?
Right.
$1 for you. Michael, you've got $1. Now select again.
Madden for two.
Hired in 1980 by this TV network.
What is ABC?
Negative.
Ethan, it's your chance to steal.
What is NBC?
Oh, guys, no.
Come on.
John started at the eye.
Yeah, the eye.
CBS.
That eye.
That eye.
I bet he has an eye. Oh, man. Make that wink. Mike, you're in control.
Finish the category, please.
Okay, Madden for 3. His wife's name.
What is Margot?
Ethan, your chance to steal.
What is Regina?
Regina. That made me laugh.
It's pretty close. It's Virginia.
Virginia. And there is a Santa Claus.
Virginia ham.
Michael, you're in the control.
Okay, let's go with Who's That Pitchman for one, please.
Okay, Pitchman. Here we go. He pitches for Subway.
You're exciting reading.
Who is Jared?
That's right, Jared.
$1. That's an amazing youngster.
He's
lost all that weight and he eats sandwiches.
Is he on your team?
Yes, I believe he is. I got the eye contact when we interviewed him. I just got it. You know, they call it radar.
Gaydar.
Gay radar. Gaydar. Hey, whatever. What's that name's?
Gay Doppler.
My Doppler's always on.
Okay, here we go. Pitchman for 2.
Look at the reds and yellows.
The Thigh Master.
Who is Suzanne Summers?
There you go. That's good.
$2 for you, Mike Hatter. Go again, please.
Same category for 3, please.
Priceline.com.
Who is William Shatner?
Yeah,
$3.
There you go. You're in the category.
You've run the category there, and the category was the old El Picho.
Here's another one for you. Who would you do? Regis?
Yeah.
Kirk or Picard?
From the space show?
Star Trek.
That space show.
Which would you do?
Kirk or Picard? All right, Kirk was, we all know, Shatner.
Right,
He's
and
been on the show dozens of times.
Jean-Luc Picard is Patrick Stewart.
He's been on Broadway. He's the bald
Shakespearean actor,
right.
yes.
He's the bald man from Britain.
Right.
Shatner. I like him. He's got more personality. I think he'd be better.
Have you had him?
No, he doesn't go that way. Chicks, like so many actors, it's their downfall. That's what I try to tell them. Seriously, it's like cancer. It'll bring him down. I told him that. I said, chase the women, and it'll bring you down. I said that when he married Marcy.
They're dirty.
Yeah.
Is that the one he drowned?
No, it's the one before that. The one he rode horses with. Yeah, Shatner. Kooky for the broads. Really. It's seriously, it's like taking arsenic. It'll drive you out of your mind.
Mike, who's in control of it, Mike?
What you have to do is you have to hire a beard like Joy, like I did. Then it's smooth sailing, baby. Mike, you're in control.
Okay, let's go with Who's Their Daddy for one.
Who's their daddy? Oh, it's an easy category. Who's his daddy? Michael Douglas.
Who's Kirk Douglas?
Right.
$1. Yes. What a shame. He can't even say his name anymore. That's a real shame. Really depresses me. Blah, blah, blah. Sounds like two pieces of leather flapping together.
You ever get together with him?
Not a chance. No, and I really thought after Spartacus. He did the Bishop show after Spartacus, and I thought there was a chance. No, he looked at me like I was evil, like I was unclean. I didn't care for that. Boy, did I like that movie, though. Still have it.
It's a pleasure to have him back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
That's not funny. All right, Mike, select again.
Okay.
Who's her daddy for 2, please?
Okay. Her daddy, Angelina Jolie.
Who is John Voight?
Right.
$2. And both as crazy as a fruitcake, both of them.
Here we go. One more in this category. Who's your daddy? Apple Paltrow.
Who is Blythe Danner?
No.
That's who's their daddy. Come on now.
Who's their daddy?
Come on, Preston. Ethan, your chance to steal.
Who is the Coldplay dude? I can't remember his name.
His name is Chris Martin, and really, to be fair, I don't think the baby's last name is Paltrow, like Gwyneth Paltrow.
I'm not sure whose name they took, but she's hot. Isn't she?
Hold on. Oh, you're asking. You weren't making... I was going to say you're making a statement.
No,
about
don't men like her normally?
Yeah, she's attractive.
All right, yeah, but like they all are. All dirty. Mike, you're in control.
Okay, let's go with best week ever for 1.
All right, these would be, questions, topicality questions. Here we go. This movie finally made it to number 1 at the box office this weekend.
What is Wedding Crashers?
Right, last weekend, right.
$1 for you and Vince Vaughn. Ooh la la. Stop my heart from pounding. Mike, go again.
Okay, for 2, please.
He didn't take steroids on purpose.
Oh, who's Rafael Palmeiro?
There you go.
Yeah, $2. A Latin guy, huh?
Of course.
Yeah, Latin player.
Like you had to tell me.
That's all right. Man, I tell you, I really enjoy Paul Rodriguez. I truly do. He's an unknown talent. People don't pay attention to him. All women are dirty, soiled. The whole gender was ruined by Linda Lavin. All right, select again, Mike.
That might be the most right-on thing you've said today.
It sure was.
Even in your state.
Yeah, Lavin. Alice. Come on, give me a break.
Okay, best week ever. Last question on the big board.
Hey, back there was a man.
Extended house arrest.
Who is...
All right, Ethan, this is your last opportunity to go to final low-budget Jeopardy.
I don't know.
Dude, how stupid are you? Oh, it's Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart, and is that the end of the first round?
That's it.
And Ethan, you're out of luck. That's the end.
Yeah.
The first round of low-budget Jeopardy.
So Ethan's out.
Ethan's out, and he was our returning champion. He didn't defend.
Well, you're screwed. Hold on, Ethan. You get to keep some money that you want. And Mike, you'll be playing with yourself.
I'll do that for you too, Don.
You're a shark sack is what you are.
Do that in honor of me. Thank you, my friend. Good luck. And here you go. Your category, final low budget Jeopardy, is trivia.
Trivia. I'm great at it.
And don't forget to answer in the form of a question.
Sure. I didn't read all those things when I did Millionaire. I propped ABC up. They would have died without me. Okay. They would have gone under. I was that network. Don't you forget that. I hope they bring me back. Now what do they put on? You know, the latest reality craze with the kids running around.
Oh, the Desperate Housewives show? That's a big hit for ABC and Lost.
No. All dirty women. Terrible. Terrible stuff.
Okay, trivia, here we go. 11% of Americans say they would give up a kidney for the guarantee of this pleasure. I know this is hard, but you have to think about this.
Oh, boy, you got me there, Donnie.
11% of Americans say that they would give up a kidney for the guarantee of this physical pleasure.
Wow.
Don't forget to answer in the form of a question and a good luck.
All right, fine. All contestants on Low Budget Jeopardy will receive Regis Philbin Youth Juice, a specially formulated tonic that has helped me feel like a teenager for the last 50 years. Philbin Youth Juice is a great tasting formula with special fruit and vegetable extracts to provide your gastrointestinal system with just the right edge to keep you feeling young all day. And its secret ingredient, children's fingernails, really help my aching joints. Remember what I always say, you'll be cool as a moose with Philbin's Youth Juice. Now back to final Low Budget Jeopardy with Preston Kelly.
Did you say with kids' fingernails?
Children's fingernails, under the age of 9. Ground up. You can't taste them. It's not like fiber or anything like that. Helps your joints. It's great. It's better than echinacea.
Mike, here we go. Your category is trivia. 11% of Americans say that they would give up a kidney for the guarantee of this physical pleasure.
Well, all I said was, what is have sex with Angelina Jolie?
You know, we are going to give it to him because the answer is Great sex.
It's sex, even though he threw in the joke with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
You're the big Obama Jeopardy champion, Mike Hatter.
Great sex. You know, I've only got one kidney. And based on events since Frida passed away, I'd give that up for sex.
There you are. Yes, and it's going to come back. You know, we're welcome for another player.
No!
Sometimes it helps, Robbie. How are you, anyway? I saw that fella, the MASH guy, was asking for you.
Morgan?
Yeah, he said hi.
Mike, let's see you are the big wiener. And Ethan, don't go away mad, just go away. Here is Regis to tell you what you've won.
Well, first of all, Ethan, you get to keep your $53 and your ePod shuffle that you got before, and you get to keep that. Fine. And you've also won a $100 American Express gift check, courtesy of the History Channel's 8-2-Man. Watch 8-2-Man this Sunday at 98 Central, only on the History Channel. But wait.
There's more.
Mike, you get double your score. You get $26. We throw in a $5 bonus. A total of $51 for you, Mike Hatter of Modesto. Congratulations. Thanks for playing the game. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you very much.
That's great. Is it quitting time?
Listen, that's it. You're off the hook.
Time for me to get out of here. I'm leaving right now. Gelman's going to be wearing his Johnny Knoxville outfit tonight.
Now, for the record, again,
Bo Duke.
Kelly Ripa.
Yeah.
Do you like her or not?
She's fine. Don't necessarily feel one way or the other. Dirty whore.
Wow.
That's just the way I feel.
What about Kathy Lee?
Same. Like all of them. Unclean.
What about your mom?
Now you've asked me a difficult... my mom was a saint.
Yeah.
Different than all the rest.
Right.
How
Cleaner.
were you conceived then?
Immaculately.
In a world where only the radio.
Hope you enjoy the movie this weekend.
One man found a way to bring
Dukes of Hazzard
to his people. He made it up.
We're making our own video.
I know, it sounds like a
Same
gay,
title.
Sounds like a gay porn.
That's right, but mine's not a hazard. Don't you forget about it.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi.
Hello, Buzz.
Hi, Regis.
That's a lovely blouse you're wearing today.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
We need to know what your lead story is on the news and comments
Hello.
tonight.
Regis has a
Yeah,
call.
they're going to their newsman. Yeah, the one you like. Yeah, he still looks good. Don't you?
I think
Don't
yes,
you, Buzzy?
yes, I do.
Yeah, I'd put you on, but they got to run.
Yeah.
I do. Absolutely. You can wear. Yeah. Did you get your cut off? You wearing them? All right. I got to go. Goodbye. I love you. Oh, boy. Can't wait. It's going to be a long drive back to New York. But we'll pass away the time.
Sure. Yes.
What's your lead story on the news and comments tonight?
Yeah, what's your news, Buzz?
Tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Indians.
Okay, fine. That's great. Is it time for me to leave?
Yeah, that's it. You got
I've had a really good time, even with your playing that tape where I had the moment. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to have you back on our show. Please welcome Preston Kelly.
Kelly. All right, whatever. Well, then, fine. I've loved being here, and I've enjoyed my time, okay?
Thank you.
Time for me to go right now. You want me to take my shirt off again?
Stay tuned for news and comments coming up on the Don and Mike Show.
That was very...
professional. I got it.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What's the word from Planet Crackpot?
The Don and Mike Show.
Coming up, handsome man recaps news in pleasing baritone. Stay tuned for this and more.
They mean no disrespect to Orientals. Don and Mike.
All right, here we go with Buzz now, brought to us by Verimax.
Someone called for a doctor?
Doctor developed and clinically tested. It's the world's #1 sexual pleasure performance and answer. Call 1-888-TRY-VMAX. Hi there, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. Arnold Schwarzenegger was elected governor of California thanks in part to an Indian giver. What I mean to say is...
Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
A partner in a tribal casino project donated heap big wampum to Arnold's campaign. $50,000 from a man behind a proposed hotel and casino 35 miles north of Sacramento. And Arnold took the money, even after promising not to take money from groups that deal directly with his office, like Indian Casino.
Here's some of Arnold's supporters.
It's one of the special interest groups. Arnold even singled out Indian casinos in making his promise.
Indian casinos and things.
He returned the money after a story by the Associated Press. If you're Arnold, what's $50,000 to give the money back? The casino.
Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The casino company says it donated the money to help Arnold help the business community.
I thought it would benefit the Indians because I like them. When I was in Austria, I used to watch the Cowboys and the Indians.
In the Cherokee Nation, meanwhile...
Never had to get to the rodeo, but you had this problem.
We don't have time, but it was an Indian reference.
Good timing.
A new Ernie Scar tape.
The rodeo.
And in the Cherokee Nation, the issue is gay marriage. Dateline, Tahlequah, Oklahoma. 33-year-old Don McKinley and 28-year-old Kathy Reynolds want to make it legal. They've asked the tribe's highest court to throw out a lawsuit that kept them from filing their marriage certificate, the one issued to them by the tribe. Don and Kathy say the lawsuit is bogus because under Cherokee law, the person bringing the lawsuit has to prove they were personally harmed. And the tribunal will be doing something else on the first Monday of October because it should have its decision on this within the next 10 days.
Buzz?
Yes?
If you'll just bear with me for 1 second while this queues up. This is the longest I've ever had to wait. Let me shout this out to all the homo Indians.
A lot of Indian news today.
Sure.
And from the old frontier to the final frontier.
How you doing? This is Chief. I like him young. Let's smoke your peace pipe.
Yeah, baby. We'll see you at the National Powwow.
From the old frontier to the final frontier, NASA says the Space Shuttle Discovery can come home Monday.
This is Homo Indian. Don't delete this out. I want to go.
It's wild. He's got 1 million of them.
That was the best one. Don't delete that one out.
In the teepee.
Sure, there's still a piece of thermal blanket hanging off the corner of the cockpit window of Discovery, and yes, there was some concern about that ripping away from the ship and causing some damage to the shuttle on its re-entry, but NASA decided against a fourth spacewalk and told the crew to come on home. A wind tunnel test told NASA there's a less than 2% chance the debris would damage the shuttle. They say another roadside repair would actually be riskier. That left NASA with 2 other options. Put the astronauts on the space station.
There's the wind tunnel test right there.
Hope the oxygen held out till a rescue ship could be launched. Or just try to fly them in. Well, that's what they're going to do on Monday.
I think a lot more people than normal will be watching this landing.
I think you're right.
Well, that's like Monday morning, right? So it'll be right in the Good Morning America today.
Today's show, don't go away for commercials.
I hope, they don't go away for commercials like they did when the guy was out there with the putty knife fixing it.
I certainly, especially because they're going to be tempted to because it's a pretty long procedure, right? I mean, it's not like it happens really really quickly. The whole process probably be about a half an hour.
Without sounding callous,
right?
They'll stay with it because you've got a better chance
of something
going wrong.
Right.
They'll stay with it until it touches ground, just because.
Right. Yeah.
Just because it's happened before.
And that's saying something because they're very strict about their commercial breaks. They like to hit all of those on time and get them all in.
Yeah, it's like NASCAR. Right. You know, in a lot of ways, it really is like NASCAR.
Yes, it is.
That you're watching, you don't want anything to go wrong, but we've had so many problems now with the space program. You watch and you think, well,
NASCAR is bad at it, though, because how often, seriously, do you come back from a commercial break watching NASCAR and they got to show you the videotape of what happened?
Right.
It seems to happen an awful lot in NASCAR when they're doing the live TV.
Maybe they'll do that on the Today Show. Scientists in England are developing a new flu shot that would cover all types of influenza for life, including the scary bird flu.
England can kiss my ass.
Oh, not in this case. They say it's actually easy to make a whole lot of this and very quickly.
It's not that thing that Beth Ann got. Oh, that would be the crazy bird flu.
The vaccines we use now are type-specific, and they're only good for most of each year's flu season. They have to incubate in chicken eggs, and that takes time. Last year there was a shortage of the vaccine.
Did we get them last year or not?
No, we didn't. Don't you remember? We were all deathly sick. Yeah. And I think, as a matter of fact, even after they said they had plenty, we still couldn't get them.
Right. And I don't think I got a cold last. And then the year before when we got them, I got a horrible flu. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot anymore.
And Great Britain. As long as we're on the topic.
Yes.
What's so great about it?
Well, this flu vaccine. I'm pretty happy with them about that.
Hello.
The flu virus mutates, so each strain changes in its fight to stay alive from year to year. A vaccine that covered all the flus all the time would make a biotech lab in Cambridge, England, very, very rich.
You know, Rob and I were talking today about Great Britain, right? And somebody said, "What about Blair?" And I said, "On the facts of life, she was the one that always got under my skin." And then Rob piped in with, yeah, she was a bitch to Tootie.
Bitch on wheels.
But she was technically, even though they all got big, Blair was the hottest of all of them.
Yeah, but Blair was like a horsewoman, though.
She got bigger as the show went on. In the early days of the show, she wasn't as horsey.
She was big-boned, right. I believe the polite way of saying it.
And remember, she turned us down for an interview when we found out she punishes her child by giving it hot sauce.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
On the tongue.
Lisa Welchel.
Wrong Blair, though, as it turns out.
Yeah, it turns out she has almost no power over them.
Now, you're talking about Tony Blair.
Oh, yeah.
Human trials on this new flu vaccine could start within a year. Let's hope it gets here before the bird flu, which scientists say could kill hundreds of millions of people.
Oh, look at the birds.
The midlife crisis has long been the domain of the 40 to 50-year-old man, but a new study says it can...
Michael Mara. George Michael. Michael Source.
Hi.
A new study says it can strike as early as 25.
Really?
And that as many as 1 out of every 10 men is having the crisis.
Yeah.
Only 1 man in 4 considers himself carefree.
Michael Elston as Buzz Burbank.
The rest worry about their jobs, their lack of free time, the bills they've racked up, and the limited time we get on the earthly plane. The researchers say the problem is too many men are too ambitious and therefore frustrated. They've found that men in their 20s and 30s are worrying about things normally reserved for men in their 40s and 50s.
Hi, this is Robert the Mailman.
Oh, come on, let's not bring him into this. There you go. Hi, Robert.
United Flight 1195 was headed in from Denver and was descending toward a landing in Seattle. A woman from Florida got out of her seat and tried to open one of the exit doors near the back of the plane.
Hello!
There she is. They say the 52-year-old woman managed to turn the handle enough that a warning light came on in the cockpit.
Oh, my God.
A flight attendant was able to coax the woman back to her seat. Officials are now asking the woman, what was up with that?
You imagine it was like something like this. You're flying along, all of a sudden it's...
Hello!
What the hell did she just do? Sit down, lady.
They've tested her for booze and drugs. Other passengers say that when they saw her trying to open that door, they made a conscious decision not to try to stop her, but instead to remain buckled in just in case she succeeded.
So they had to make that call because they said, in the event that she succeeds,
we all get sucked out of the plane.
That's what you would do. I mean, that's what any of us would do, right? You'd buckle yourself.
I would assume that's probably what anybody would do because nobody did try to stop her.
I would seduce her.
That's what the flight
with your eyes?
Yes.
When we come back, a football coach in trouble for licking his wounds.
Yeah.
Is there something else I missed?
Yeah,
but it's slept late today.
But it's not as. Don't worry, it's not as embarrassing that you missed it as
the Robert Novak walking off, because that was on all of the networks.
That was everywhere. This is just something that Buzz found.
Damn.
We'll be right back.
Right. This is the Don and Mike Show.
For more information, call 1-800-2-COLLEGE. That's 1-800-2-COLLEGE. It's the smartest call you can make.
You're listening to...
All right, everyone listen up.
Listen to it in high-fidelity stereophonic sound. Now listen carefully.
I want you to listen very carefully to what he has to say. I did.
You are going to...
Number 2 college.
Listen for a change. All right, fine. Now listen up and listen.
Tell people that's the college I went to.
Listen.
Listen very carefully to...
106.7 WJFK.
God, like everything. Get to the point.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Gosh, I hate to interrupt. It's all been so incredibly fascinating and entertaining and instructive. Really, the time has just flown by.
The Don and Mike Show.
They're not cheap, just thoughtless. Don and Mike.
Right, here's Buzz. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. In sports, a high school football coach is in trouble for putting his tongue on his players. Specifically, Coach Reed, Scott Reed,
not Andy,
was licking the bleeding wounds of his team members. He never explained why. The students say they figured he was just joking. The sheriff declared it bizarre, but not a crime. The principal has put Coach Reed on 2 years probation and made him go to a class on diseases that are carried by blood.
Let's go. Do some laps or I'm licking you.
Okay, it's time for me to come clean on this.
Yes?
Back at Magruder High School.
I know.
Andy Sidoric.
Oh, no. After he kicked you in the butt?
Coach Sidoric licked me. He licked my wound.
Your open wounds. Hey, that looks like a skinned knee. Get over here.
I don't know if Coach Reed will benefit from these classes on the dangers of eating other people's blood, but he should know about it already since he also teaches science.
This is Sam Huff.
And finally, we told you earlier about the crazy lady who tried to open the airplane door and people buckled themselves in.
Right.
Well, a man did some unbuckling on another flight. In Boston yesterday, a business executive was ordered to prison for 7 years after sexually assaulting a woman sleeping next to him on a Delta flight. The 22-year-old woman was on her way back from vacation. 55-year-old Deepak Yarhargadar,
hey, would you mind if I rubbed up against you?
Covered her with a blanket and then unbuttoned her pants and slid his hand inside.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
What you don't know is that woman is our producer.
When he got to home base...
And she wasn't sleeping.
Well, she wasn't once he got to home base. That's
right.
When she woke up and she protested. She pulled his hand away and ran to the rear of the aircraft and reported the perv to the flight attendants. He was found guilty.
No.
He was found guilty after her DNA was found on his fingers. So
that's a good feel-good.
There's a new test. I'm Buzz Burbank on the Don and Mike Show.
Okay, that's it. I gotta go. Thank you, everybody. This has been the toughest goddamn week of my life. I'm glad to be back with you guys.
Good to have you back.
Have a great, safe weekend, everybody. Love you, Frida. Love you, Bart. We'll be back on Monday. Please stand by for what I think is an outstanding up-and-coming talent.
We're both on board with that.
And Mr. Peter Rosenberg coming next. My advice,
yes,
just from someone who's been in showbiz,
right.
Yes,
think about going with the name Peter Rose.
Peter Rose.
Or Rosa.
You know, you're a show business veteran.
I'm telling you, I know how it works. Yeah. Eventually it'll be okay. The Pete Rose Show is coming next. Oh, that's it. We got to go. Good day to you.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you.
Good day to you, sir.
Okay, and you?
I gotta go home and eat Buzz's cucumber.
So long, everybody.
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.